it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington, our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington, and the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon, the Sandman. Hack, how the hell is it going today?
What up, bitches?
Wow. The Phillies, the Fightins, Hack.
Hold on, Oliver, you missed your yo in the intro.
You did miss your yo. He was sipping on something.
Oh my God.
I'm focusing on other shit here. I'm trying to get everything
There you go, Al. You focus on other shit.
All right.
Yes, the Phillies.
Yeah, the Phillies, guys. The Phillies are off to one of their best starts in franchise history. They are 37-14.
We're not the best start yet?
I think they're tied for their best start ever.
After today's
game. Absolutely incredible start to the season. Just can't get any better than that. I mean, Oliver, what are your expectations? Obviously, World Series.
116.
Oh, Mariners?
I don't care
Mariners?
about how many games we win. I want to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Great answer.
No, I'm with you on that. I mean,
That was
Did you hear
Rob's
Rob?
answer today on the
I was
radio.
going to say, did you hear Thompson? Yeah. And
No matter how many wins, if you're winning at the end.
right. I mean, that Mariners team in 01, I think they won 114, but
16.
116 they won, yeah. So, I mean, it's like
And they lost in the ALCS.
To who?
the Yankees.
Yankees.
Oh,
2001.
what year was that?
2001.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yankees
All
were
right,
stacked
Jeter.
back then.
Yeah, they had everybody on that team.
They had everybody back then, but yeah, I mean, look, it's certainly an exciting time here for us with the Fightins. The ballpark's packed every single night. I know you guys were down there over the weekend.
Oh, dude, it was. We were there on Saturday night. It was electric. Cody Clemens in the 9th inning, 2 outs to tie the ball game. I mean, it's. And the thing is, it's not the same dude. I know Bohm is absolutely killing it right now. So He's
a
we got to give him his props. But like every game, there's other people. Like it's somebody different. It's Cody Clemens and then
Sosa with 3 hits today. Murfield.
Pache today with a two-run RBI.
Two-run triple.
Like it's somebody different, and just the starting pitching is just boom. They're going into every game. The hitters are going into every game knowing that they have a chance to win every night because the starting pitching is so locked
Yeah,
down.
the pitching is amazing. Like, being a Phillies fan, right? Like, I'm 37. The pitching for our franchise has never been this good. Like,
Whoa, freaking whoa.
What are you going to say?
What about Holiday and freaking the other guy?
Yeah, I mean, those guys, yeah, obviously, that was a great run. But the run they're on right now?
What about our run in 80?
Oh, well, I wasn't alive then. But yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
if you're talking Holiday, Cliff Lee, Roy Oswald, I mean,
that's pretty good pitch staff right there.
That was a great staff. Don't get me wrong.
I'd like to see starting staffs ERAs compared now to because it's two. I just saw a stat right now. It's at 2.64.
Our team ERA.
Starting staff's ERA is 2.64 right now.
That's what I mean. They're
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you're going to have Wheeler and Ranger dueling for the Cy Young perhaps this year. Like that's pretty crazy.
Dude, we're on a fun ride right now. Let's just one game at a time. I mean, it's
one game at a time,
one of
boys.
162, but it's super
the
fun.
baseball gods, one day at a time, please, gentlemen.
All right. I'm not trying to jinx them or nothing, but yeah, it's an
and
enjoyable
for those
time.
who are saying, the Phillies haven't played anybody yet, there is 10 teams in the entire league that are over 500 right now.
Yeah.
10 teams.
Which is ridiculous.
So nobody is playing anybody.
Yeah, there's a tougher stretch coming up. We go to Boston, and then there's the road trip in
Baltimore.
Well, we got Milwaukee, Baltimore, Atlanta 2 more times. Yeah.
There's a lot of tough games
Or
on the schedule.
midsummer is going to be tough.
Right, but I'm just saying, there's not a lot of there's more than 2/3 of the league that are under 500 right now. So what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. No, look,
how about retract teams, about 4 of them, so you have enough pitching?
Oh, you want to go retraction?
Yeah, dude, that's the problem with the sport right now. There's too many teams. All right, let's even besides the Major League Baseball, how Ty just said the stat, how many teams are over 500, how many teams are under 500, you know what I'm saying?
But this is kind of an anomaly.
Okay, but the anomaly is here for a reason. The anomaly came because the way sports has been set up, just like the NFL. Parity in the NFL, how many really great teams were there in the NFL this year? You know what I mean? 50% of the league was trash this year. Does everybody agree?
Well,
that's just the way sports are going right now.
I also think, I don't know, we went over it, and I also think there was, 12 teams that had their starting quarterback go start to finish in the year, like every quarterback.
Yeah, but that also shows you the weakness in the league too, is what I'm saying.
True.
Get rid of 4 of those top teams, and you're going to have way better starting quarterbacks in the league.
Better backups.
I think for your point about contraction with baseball, Hack, baseball is a very haves and have-not league, especially
they support the rest of the league.
Right,
there's 5 teams that literally pay the rest of the league to have games.
That spend a lot of money. And
they pay them all.
The Phillies are in
revenue
spend money.
Sharing.
The Phillies are in spend money mode ever since they signed the Bryce contract. So we certainly went through a couple years of poverty baseball after the really good Phillies run in the late 2000s. But we're in a really good spot right now, and the team is on all cylinders, firing all cylinders. So it's going to be a really fun summer for us here.
And we're doing it on the small ball.
Yeah.
We're not just banging homers.
Yeah, Schwarber has a home run in how many games now?
Small ball.
That's what happens when you don't swing at shit pitches.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. We're also, I know, dialed into these NBA playoffs. Certainly, we had a lot of interesting games there over the first 2 games in the conference finals. I have got to say, nobody's given any respect to the Pacers, and they really blew that game 1.
I don't know.
That's why they don't get any respect.
Well, but I mean, they played a great game up until the last.
They did.
They really did.
I don't know how. I mean, Indiana's a good team.
Yeah, and they're deep.
They are.
And they're tall.
Oh,
If the Sixers had came out of the Knicks series, I wouldn't be so confident that. The Pacers gave the Sixers troubles during the year. They're good. They're fast paced. They just keep going.
But Ollie, were you saying if we get past the Knicks that we're going to pummel the Pacers?
I think so. But
Okay. Well, we'll never know.
when it comes to playoff basketball, they just don't have
guys that have been there.
I just don't think they have the matchups for
It's a tough matchup for Joel, but for them.
And I don't think they have a good matchup for Toby either. For Tobias.
true.
Even though he wasn't playing good.
The elementary school down the team has a matchup for Toby.
Yeah. Well.
All right, prediction right now. What is the most money and years Toby will get as a contract from somebody this year? And what is he? He's got to be 30, right?
He's
around that.
I want to say 32.
So maybe his last contract after the way he's played the last 5 years with us.
Probably.
Okay, so somebody going to give him 3 at 40?
Over.
What?
Yeah, over.
Dude,
We were paying him 37. He got nothing from him.
All right, Hack, I'm going to give you this. So Luka just made the All-NBA team again, so that qualifies him for the Supermax, which is now
$250.
5 years, $346 million.
Oh, wow.
69 a year.
That's...
I just saw, I just saw on Twitter, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's eligible for a contract. I forget exactly what the numbers were, but in the last year of that contract, it could be up to $80 million.
Yeah, if they want to defer it all till the end and hope they win.
So those guys getting paid higher means the shittier players are going to get paid higher.
Yes, I know that, but there hasn't been an increase in the league. Remember a couple years ago?
It's coming.
They did the $16 million the 1 year. They did $24 million the next year. So was there another jump since that $40 million?
It's coming.
The average salary in the NBA is, I want to say, around like 10 or 11 million a year. That's the average.
Right.
So I would say Tobias Harris is going to get probably about 17, 18, 19, 20 a year, around that. So I would say I would say in the 75 million range at least.
Well, I don't know.
I have no idea. There's going to be a team out there that pays him that. So
I don't know how many years it's been, but they put in those new stipulations with contracts. Older players get paid more money. If you make an All-NBA team, you're available for a super contract.
Yep.
And then if you're make like 2 All-NBA teams, you're available for another boost in contract. And I think that was just put in a couple years ago, so that's where the boom is coming.
yeah, it involves the players, teams having the players' birds rights.
Right.
And we're lucky that Maxey didn't make one of the All-NBA teams because the Sixers would have to pay him one of those escalators.
It would have been 42 million
Okay.
instead of 35.
So we get to save a little bit.
We
because he
actually
didn't
caught
get
a
it.
break.
Yeah,
for one
But
game.
now that we're talking
discount.
about this, I'm going to bring you guys up another stat that I'm sure me and Tommy and Oliver have talked about it. No, there was only one guy that's still left of the last 4 teams with one of the highest 15 contracts in the league. Tosh, do you know who it is?
Hold on a second. Say the stat again.
There's
Let me think
only
about
one guy left in the playoff that has one of the top 15 contracts in the league. Who is it?
it. Rudy Gobert.
All right, thanks. I got it too.
Nice.
So now think
All right,
about this.
nice.
Now I heard another stat the next day about it. Not one of the 13 made it past the first round.
Wow.
Not one of the top 13 players in the league, money-wise, made it past the first
Well,
round.
I think to that point, though, I would say that a lot of the big contracts do go to the veteran players, and a lot of times you pay for past performance on contracts versus paying for future
But it's still a
expectations.
problem.
But
Yeah.
that also brings up the point: is the NBA shifting to team instead of putting a bunch of stars together?
Yeah, I would
like
say-
look at the Pacers. Look at OKC, like they're young and coming up. Like they were there. Like Dallas is paying Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah,
But
that's 2 guys doing 45% of their scoring.
Yeah, 2 of those guys had 60 points last night. 60, 63, 64, 65.
right, but
around that.
Minnesota, like, are they going to more like the Knicks? Like going to more to like team construction ball instead of just like, put 3 superstars together and you're going to win a championship like the Heat or whatever it was.
I think the last couple like super team projects have been kind of failures, and a lot of those are Durant projects.
Well, Kyrie Irving, Durant leaving from team
Harden.
to team to team.
Harden.
Yeah, Harden leaving team to team.
The
Those
Clippers.
guys can call their own shots.
The
right
Clippers,
now.
they were
and
also
they
a
literally
failure.
have.
Well, the Kyrie, Durant, and Harden one was only a failure because Harden and Kyrie got hurt.
Yeah, we never got to actually see.
They would have swept the Bucks and won the title if
We'll
they
never
didn't get
know.
hurt.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Dude, they beat the Bucks the first 2 games by 40.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
it's a we'll never know. I mean, like it's an unknown. So.
And the game last night was awesome. Minnesota-Dallas came down to the wire.
Wow.
Another
Yeah,
awesome
what a game.
It was a great game.
The Boston first game with
Yeah.
the
Playoffs have been really
three-pointer
good.
with .6 left.
No, I'm excited to see what's next.
Who's winning the title?
Oh man,
I would have.
gun in my.
I gotta
We
say
got 4
Dallas
teams
now.
left. I gotta
I
ask.
have to say Dallas now. After winning last night.
I know last week on the show I was tooting my own horn saying like, "Oh, Denver." No, well, I think I'm with you, Hack. I think I'm with Dallas. I think that they have a killer with Kyrie and Luka. I don't know. I'm going with Dallas.
Ollie?
Minnesota.
Okay.
The NBA don't want a Minnesota-Dallas final. I'll
I
tell
would
you
love
that.
it. I would love
They
it.
can't have that.
Yeah, they have it right now.
happening.
I think I'm actually going to go Dallas as well.
surprise,
I think I'm going to
Wow.
go Dallas as well.
All right, good. I'm glad nobody picked Boston. Fuck Boston. Hack, I got to ask
Fuck
you.
that leprechaun.
Yeah, Hack. I saw some. So I went on Twitter this week and pulled up my phone.
Oh, was this while you were at work?
Yeah, well, shh. I have no idea when this was actually, but so I hop on Twitter, and Twitter sucks, but I saw an amazing exchange. You tweeted at Dave Meltzer, and I'm going to read the exchange here. A person tweeted at Dave Meltzer, said, in Iron Claw, Fritz, talking about Fritz von Erich, is wounded by the idea that the NWA screwed him out of being NWA champion. The 70s had some absolutely legendary champions for NWA. Was he close to being champ? Meltzer said, he was never seriously considered, nor would he have wanted it. He was running a company and raising a family at home. Okay, it's just a Meltzer take. And then Hack's reply in the comments, no fucking way he didn't want that strap. I
don't. That's just how I feel.
No, I know. And
But
that's
you have to understand something, too, that a lot of people listening probably won't realize is you had to put up a $10,000 bond to have that belt back then.
yeah, a deposit.
People don't realize that. Like Harley Race, when he dropped it to Tommy Rich, Tommy's like, I don't have the $10,000. Harley's like, I got you. Because he was just getting it back from him. We might want to hack check that one.
They were doing
but
a hot
it's Tommy
potato.
Rich and somebody else, you know what I mean? But you had to have 10 G's to put up for that belt, you know?
Yeah, and Meltzer's
I didn't know
takes.
that.
I had heard that before.
Well, sorry, Tosh, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but so why would that point with the 10 G's is what makes you think that's the reason why he would want the strap? Or it's not
that has
the reason.
nothing to do with it. My point was just mentioning that, but maybe he didn't have he's got 5, 6, 9 kids, whatever. Maybe he didn't have the 10 G's to put up. But
Okay.
you better believe he wanted that belt. I mean, come on. He wanted it for his kids. If you wanted it for your kids, you wanted it for yourself because you didn't get it.
I think
That's how I feel.
I think Meltzer's probably taking into account some of the things that I know I've heard Terry Funk talk about, because the touring schedule for the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion back then was just insane. Newtown every night on the road, and it literally cost Funk his marriage. He did get back with his wife later, but that strenuous the toll that it takes on a family. I think maybe some people wouldn't want it, but a wrestler like Fritz, I would say would probably want the strap. I don't know. I don't know if Meltzer heard anything else.
I don't know. To me, it's like coming to me. All right, coming to me in ECW after I've had the belt 5 times. I still want that WWE strap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just do.
Yeah. You guys have a chance to watch the Iron Claw movie yet?
I just watched it.
Oh, you just watched it?
I haven't watched it yet.
So every year for Christmas, we always go see a movie. Me and my family on Christmas Day, and we went and saw Iron Claw.
Oh,
it was a little depressing Christmas family movie. But
yeah, it's a yarn, dude.
Yeah.
It's a half-ass yarn.
did you like it or no? I mean,
Well, I didn't love it, but
Yeah.
I appreciated it, and I appreciated it especially when
No spoilers.
all right,
I haven't
won't
seen
be
it
a total
yet.
spoiler, but once the 3 brothers are dead and they show that little package with them meeting in heaven or wherever the heck it is, that hit home a little bit more for me that helped me like the movie more.
okay.
Well,
You know what I mean? Instead
something
of
you
just
could
having them
relate.
kill themselves and you never see them again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Especially when what Carrie wrote, what the boys wrote.
Man, it's a wild story. I'd say, listen, if you're a wrestling fan, definitely go check it out. But
I've heard nothing but good things about
Wait
it.
till it, please. Wait till it comes on cable for
it's
free.
on it's on HBO Max right now. If you guys,
we got
so,
that.
Yeah, so check it out. Coming up this weekend, we have 2 jam-packed cards, both from AEW Double or Nothing and WWE King and Queen of the Ring. Guys, I know we don't have the final King of the Ring card because some of the matches haven't taken place yet. We still have Randy Orton and Tama Tonga. We also have Nia Jax and Bianca. So we don't know who we're going to be.
I'm taking Randy and Nia.
Yeah, I kind of am with you, man. I kind of am with you. I think that's probably what they're going to do.
Why would you take a belt? I don't know. I don't know. Do you take the? All right. So if Gunther wins, it's got to be a huge screw.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Does Randy need to be king of the ring?
No. No.
Randy doesn't need anything. But
No,
why?
but it is-
Why is he in it then at this late stage?
These matches are for championship matches at SummerSlam. So
They are?
Yeah, I just saw that.
So who are you going to put
it's
out
Randy
there?
then. Absolutely Randy.
Randy Cody's the moneymaker, you know. So
Gunther and Cody heel face.
No way they're doing Gunther.
I
No.
would say it's probably Randy.
Yeah, and then that even makes more sense with Nia too.
You think Nia then?
To work her all the way to WrestleMania, yeah.
Okay, over live. Yeah, I could see that too because She does kind of fit a good heel gimmick for winning like a Queen
Well, I
of
mean,
the Ring
she just
kind of
beat
thing.
Jade, so
Right.
who they
Yeah.
were pushing heavy.
And her going over Bianca would kind of fuel into that too. You could later do like a tag or rematches with them. So yeah, it makes sense to me. So yeah, I could see.
Hey,
it.
have her go over on Bianca with a split.
Oh, already? You already split them already?
know.
Did you
I'm
guys
just
see
thinking off the
anything
top of my
on
head.
Twitter about Bianca possibly being pregnant?
I did too, but she's working, so she's not pregnant. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why.
People are, I don't know.
Speculating or.
I think Montez changed something in his bio about the number of kids he had or something. I think that caused people to, I don't know. That's what I saw at least.
Or Jade.
She's not going to be working if she's pregnant.
Well, Jade somehow screws Bianca, tries to help Bianca, but screws her over and forces to lose the match of that. They lose the titles
I could see it.
because she's pregnant. I don't know.
I think we're a little bit further down the road there with those two, but I think if she were pregnant, she wouldn't be wrestling though, right?
There's no way she would have been in that tag match
Right.
last week.
Right. She wouldn't be working if she was
No way.
pregnant. Yeah. But the card, it's a short card, again, a 5-match card. You do also have, other than the King and the Queen of the Ring finals, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Yeah, it should be a decent
Becky's
match.
keep it.
Yeah, Becky's going to keep that too. Your boy, Hack, Sami Zayn versus
Yes,
Chad Gable.
Sammy.
It's a triple threat match with Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental belt. I kind of think that's going to be a really
No,
good match.
that's how he beats his buddy. That's how they have, you know what I mean? That's so. All
Well,
right.
Bronson Reed takes the pin, so you keep Gable and
However
Sammy.
you want to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably something with Otis too, because he did have that promo with Otis this past
And he
week.
cost the
Yeah, I
finish
think
the other
Otis
night.
is turning on Gable, isn't he?
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Good
It's,
job. I
it's
forgot about
something.
saying that.
I mean, I don't know.
And he did cost the finish the other night.
He
Otis
did.
was the last kick or something to the back of the head or something, whatever, I forget what it was.
And then the main event, this is the match that I'm certainly most interested on the show, is Cody and Logan Paul for the WWE Undisputed Championship. I'm really interested to see what Logan Paul does in another big time main event. I don't know about you guys. I think
He's good.
Yeah, I think the performance
Dude's
is probably
good.
going to be pretty strong. So,
Especially for not being an everyday wrestler, the dude's great.
yeah, no, I'm
Unbelievable.
I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I don't know what that match is going to bring, and I think Cody working with him probably should be pretty good work. So, pretty
Yeah, I'm
excited
trying
for
to
that.
like look at like the styles in my head and
It doesn't really-
trying to think about like what story is going to be told in the ring.
Well, yeah, but why do you want to? All right, here we go to talk about the story. Why do you want to book these two together to have Cody beat Logan Paul, who's your with him and like Pat McAfee, all that shit that those two guys bring to it? Why? So that's why I don't see a clear like pin thing.
Fuck
Maybe
finish.
he'll get disqualified for the brass knuckles.
Nah. I don't think DQ.
They don't want. You think he's going to? Why would you pin? That would be. I would think right now that would be stupid to pin him right now.
Yes, it would. I mean, I haven't been completely and utterly following 100%, but I mean, I can see a KO screw job coming in there. So
Oh, yeah, that
maybe
makes sense.
like a Kevin
Yeah.
Owens.
No, that totally
Yeah, I can see something like that.
Because if Randy's going to win the King of the Ring, then you have him go
Oh yeah,
against.
that makes total sense. Ty.
Or Randy comes in and screws him because Logan, but they already had the triple threat, so I think there's going to be some sort of fuck finish there. It can't be clean.
No, Logan Paul's not getting pinned. No
Yeah.
way.
We'll see, man. I can't wait to watch that show.
You think he's getting pinned, don't you?
I do. I think he's going to get pinned. Yeah. He's
All right, write that one down.
Write it
Me and
down.
Tosh, $1.
He's
still-
But he can pay me with Pabst money
No,
in
I'm
the
not
jar
taking
over
Pat's
there.
jar money, man. I'm not taking that. You owe me a crisp dollar bill, man. Yeah, whatever. We'll try.
George Washington.
Yeah, I'll try to get that for
Yeah,
you
the
sometime.
interest is climbing on that. By
Seriously,
the
you
way.
owe me like 107 by now already.
All right, I'm good with that.
It's climbing. We do also have AEW Double or Nothing coming from Las Vegas, the MGM Grand Arena. I think it's like most AEW pay-per-views. This is an absolutely stacked card. It is a giant card. The matches are going to be incredible. Some of the stories and the feuds have been, this past month of AEW TV, I wouldn't say has been one of their best months. But when I look at this card, like individually matches, I'm like, man, this card's going to rock. Like there's no doubt in my mind this card is
Their
going to be.
pay-per-views always do rock, whether they're shitty weekly, whatever. The pay-per-views always rock.
Yeah, I'm super excited for a lot of these matches, and
When's the last time they've been in Vegas? It hasn't
probably Double or Nothing last year.
I was
or
gonna
was
say
it-
the last Double or
it's
Nothing,
been a little
probably.
bit now, so the crowd should be into it and hot. And
Yeah, I think the crowd's going to be really into it, and I think it's going to just be, literally. I don't know if there's a bad match on the card booked. Roddy Strong and Will Ospreay. I can't wait to see that one. Like that's going to be absolutely incredible. I think Takeshita and Moxley has a chance of stealing the show. I think that's going to be a banger.
You think Takeshita has a chance of winning that?
I do, because it's an eliminator. Because if he wins that, then he gets a IWGP title shot down the road. So I could see him possibly winning it, but I don't know if you want to job Moxley. Takeshita needs a win. Like I feel like they've been kind of like
A big win.
yeah, and that would be like a nice signature win for him on a pay-per-view. I would love to see it. I don't know if they're actually going to pull the trigger on it, but that would be cool. Other match on the show that I'm pretty hyped about is Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy. They've been kind of having a low-key, like, pretty good feud there. Trent Beretta going heel on the Best Friends. I'm pretty excited for that one, and I cannot wait for Swerve and Christian. Christian, I feel like very, I wouldn't say he's underrated, but Christian's certainly somebody, when he's in a position, he's going to deliver. And I think this is going to have a lot of bells and whistles.
That match should be really good.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that. And yet Nana returned this week, and Nana did the thing with the car, which was an amazing spot. But I don't know. Maybe Nana turns on Swerve. I don't know if he's 100%
It's
with
going to be
Swerve.
put together.
Please.
It's going to be
What, you don't think he
Please
turns
make
on?
that happen.
Oh, you want him to turn
I
on?
want Swerve by himself or with a chick.
Okay, yeah, but
Get rid of that, dude. I don't care if the people in the audience
You
are
were
with
just
the...
putting them over
2 weeks
like
ago,
2
you
weeks
loved
ago.
it. Now you're
and
gonna-
Wait a
Yes.
minute. Wait. The whole time I've been saying Swerve should get rid of that dude.
you have.
Yeah,
but then
and
after
then you
he
gave
won,
him his props
Well,
after he won
yes,
the title.
even though the crowd's with him, you know what I'm saying? Swerve is like a lone wolf to me character.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he still kind of is, because Nana doesn't really speak. Like, it's not like Swerve does all of his promos. He does all of everything. Like, Nana doesn't, like, speak
Yeah, and he
for
needs
him.
up
Like,
his promos too.
so,
I
like...
think he's figuring out his promos as a babyface. I think his heel promo work was a lot better, but I think he's kind of figuring that out a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited for that pay-per-view. I think it's gonna be a really good show.
No, oh my God! Last night, Broderick in that tag match.
Broderick.
Is that his name?
Matthew?
Broderick.
Oh, the dude that looks like freaking
Roderick
Mr.
Strong. Roderick Strong.
Broderick, whatever the heck his name is.
In the opener.
He was great last night in that tag match.
He's awesome.
On AEW. And it seemed like his partner might have been hurt or something because he was doing the most. It was like those two tag team and Roderick. The other guy would come in and save him or another. But it was like Roderick getting hit by the one, turning around, getting hit by the other. Let's go ahead and set another spot up. Getting hit by the one, getting hit by the other. They did it like 3 times.
Yeah.
It was like poetry in motion.
Yeah.
That's the match.
Did you like the beatdown afterwards with Ospreay bleeding? He had a gusher going, man. You didn't care for that?
No,
I love
why?
gushers.
I thought it was a great angle. I liked it.
I didn't.
Well, I did. I thought it was really good, and I love the closing of the show with Darby Allin came out with a flamethrower. I was like, "What the heck?"
Yes, that was good.
There's going to be some fire in that match in the Elite versus Team AEW. So I guarantee you, Darby does something to Hack that makes you cringe and wince, and it's going to be.
Oh wait, let's talk about his fucking flamethrower he
That's
came
what
out with last
I
night.
just said that.
Why wasn't
Mushroom
listening
burger.
to
You
you
don't
then?
listen to
I try not to listen to these guys half the time. We're on the same show, but my brain just goes somewhere
he came out
else.
with a
Dude,
freaking-
suppose he tripped last night, and that flamethrower, he's got to be within 10 feet of a studio audience member. He's coming down that ramp. If he trips and that thing shoots into somebody's face, what is going to happen?
I can't believe you're the
Barbecue
safety police.
chicken, dog.
You're the safety police. You from ECW is going to be safety police right now. Are you serious?
Yeah, I am, and because I don't like it. Because if you're bringing out a flamethrower, who's bringing out a freaking shotgun next week?
No, it's just a gag.
No. They might as well be throwing the big show off the top of a building.
We were talking about that outside.
No, dude. If you got a flamethrower, then you come out with a bazooka next time.
He's not actually going to use the
in a
flamethrower.
fight with the knife, you pull out a gun, right? Somebody comes to a fight with the flamethrower. The next fight, I'm carrying a bazooka.
Okay, he's not actually going to use the bazooka.
Not
or
the
flamethrower.
point.
Where does one get a bazooka?
Yeah, well, that's...
Dude, what are you kidding me?
The bazooka store?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Duke Nukem would know.
Yeah, Duke Nukem.
Come on,
Duke Nukem.
You never had
If you
one?
knew anything, you could go get an Uzi right up on 420. They have that gun show like 4 times a year at that place.
Talking about like an
all
actual
right.
gun. Here we
Yeah,
go.
easily.
Here we go.
Buy it right out of the
Next.
back of a trunk. I'll tell you a story about New Jack taking me to one of those places.
Go ahead.
What? Yeah, what happened? New Jack took you to a gun show that had a bazooka?
We're hanging out.
The bazooka's
We're
still
like
permanent?
Louisiana. We're probably in like Louisiana, maybe Alabama. Jack knew some people. You know what I mean? So, and I wanted to like. Whenever I go anywhere and I meet somebody that's from another country, I don't care if it's in Japan, if it's in France, Germany. I always ask them, I'm like, well, how much money do you make an hour? How much does it cost for you to live at your apartment? You know what I mean? So I get an idea of what people are dealing with, the people that are coming to watch me. So I always like to immerse myself anywhere that I'm at. So Jack's like, yo, you want to go to a flea market with me tomorrow where you buy guns? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, no question.
Because I want to see it. I had heard about it. I had read about it, but I had never been to one. Oh my gosh. There were just everybody. Trunk fulls of weapons, anything you want. They had what's the thing they hold on your shoulder? Surface to air missile.
What?
They had them there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
they
my
had
God.
Uzis. They had the Uzis, and the German is an Uzi, but what's the American one that shoots like an Uzi?
The AR?
Yeah, the AR.
Assault rifle.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, they had everything there. It was unbelievable.
What did New Jack cop? Did he get anything?
I don't
Was he allowed to
remember.
purchase anything?
Don't remember.
Yes,
statute of
anybody.
limitations
There could
are
have been a
over.
7-year-old kid there that could have bought an Uzi. If he had $350, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
They happen everywhere in the United States. You guys don't know that?
No, I know
that there
all
was
about
just
it.
a
I'm not-
database release from the Mexican government of how their military has been spawning weapons to the United States from their. So basically, it's like an Oliver North thing. I know I'm getting a little bit
No,
deep here.
Oliver North, wow.
Oliver North. All right, he was the guy that was running money for the Nicaraguans up into Bill Clinton's airport in his backyard in Mesa, Arkansas, I think he was from. So he was running guns for coke. He was running guns down to back the Nicaraguan government because there was going to be a takeover down there, and they were bringing back coke and landing it in Bill Clinton's backyard. You can please hack check this one.
Yeah, we're gonna have
We
to.
will. We will.
Yeah. So next thing you know, who's our next president in 10 years?
That was a little.
Well, you got Bush because Bush was the head of the CIA.
Yes,
That's
he
the only
was.
reason why he was our president. Bush Senior. All right, so now where were we going with?
Well, I don't
so
know where
now
you were
we
going with this
yeah.
one, man.
So there was a big article that I just read yesterday. This huge data release of like 8,000 weapons that the Mexican government has smuggled across the border into the United States,
No, that's certainly.
and that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of weapons. That was
Sorry, that's a hack tangent, but please hack check.
No, that was
Nicaraguan, Mesa, Arkansas, Governor Clinton's backyard.
I did not have coke land in my backyard.
I just got that to me saying.
Stop.
Monica.
But I did get a blowjob.
It depends on what the definition of the word is. That's my favorite Bill Clinton line ever.
Oh, that sounds like a. Do you see the Brett Favre? Oh, they buried him yesterday.
I didn't watch it.
Rich and Shameless.
I did not watch it. No, but
Oh,
he's,
you people gotta watch
he did
it.
in
Oh,
Mississippi-
God,
the
door
they
opens.
bury him.
what he did in Mississippi, and it also involves
it's shameless.
the $1 Million Man.
Literally.
The $1 Million Man was also involved in that too, hack.
Oh, wait, Lee Majors?
No, Ted DiBiase.
Oh, Lee Majors was the $6 million man.
I can't believe you said Lee Majors.
Well, you know why? Because him and the girl, the girl just came across. Lindsay Wagner just came across as a picture on my timeline.
Okay, well, I thought we're on a wrestling show. I said $1 Million Man to you. I thought you would know.
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. Okay.
Hilarious.
All right. Yeah, so up on the show this week,
Get back to wrestling.
getting back. We're a wrestling
Mesa
podcast.
Airport, Arkansas.
We reviewed
Bill Clinton.
Enter the Sandman. Enter the Sandman was a card from ECW at the ECW Arena on May 13th, 1995. Certainly was an interesting show. I don't know what you guys thought. Oliver, what'd you think of the show overall?
It was all right. I mean,
It's 1995.
It's 1995.
We're just getting in motion.
You
yeah.
can see.
So I mean, it was okay. You know, it's what I expected it to be. It wasn't anything great. I mean, I understand it's 1995.
Wait a minute. Something great. I dominated the show. And this is my son.
Nah,
With a
you
broken neck.
You weren't that great.
We'll get to that.
What?
Hold on. We'll get to this. And, Oliver, I kind of agree with you, too. Like,
That wasn't that great?
well, no. I thought you were really
you
good.
better back that up.
Yeah, I always put you over, brother. But, no, I thought as a show, it was kind of, I've seen a lot of better wrestling shows, and I've seen a lot of better ECW shows.
From 1995.
Some of them, yeah.
I think to me it was like a lot was happening that was like kind of like out of context for me.
Okay.
I guess with like the Bill Alfonso things and like shit like that. So I guess it was kind of like that's kind of like the lens I'm looking through.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get to it. The show opened up with Hack Myers taking on Tony Stetson. So last week you guys buried me. You buried me, Ty. Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty much the match. I know you buried me last week, Ty, saying that I didn't know that Hack Myers was dead. I did know that he was dead, but
he is?
R.I.P.
You forgot that part.
Shit.
Shaw, I forgot you were dead.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Hack Myers.
You non-driving bitch.
Any memories of Tony Stetson?
That was part of my... Yeah. Oh, dude. Tony, I learned so much from Tony. Well, it was him and Hot Body. I'm going to tell you what. Okay. My very first time at an independent show, me and Ruben, we were always going to the WWE shows at the Spectrum.
Okay.
The world's famous Spectrum back then. So... An indie guy put Joel Goodhart put a little like flyer on our window, so we went to an indie show, and those two guys opened up the show. It was Hot Body against Stenson. They were best friends. They lived a couple blocks from each other. It's right off of 6th and Oregon. And I watch them, and I look over at Ruben, and I'm like, I can do this. Swear to God.
That was your...
Paid the guy like $3,500 less than 48 hours later.
Wow.
I said, I could do this. Because you got to remember, I always went to all the WWF shows. Everybody was a giant then. They were all bigger than me. I mean, I would have been as tall as the Samoans, but they were twice as fat as me. But I'm like maybe a 185-pound kid or something, whatever then, you know what I mean? But that was the land of the giants. I saw one match on an indie show, and I'm like, I can do this.
Wow, so shouts out to Tony Stetson for inspiring you to get in the business.
Well, no, but Tony was always great when I worked with him, because he obviously knew more than me. So when we were working at Mike Schmidt's, Ethan Market. Tony Stetson would come in, and they had like this cage thing, I wanted to bleed or whatever, and he pulls out these, his wife was a surgeon or something like that, and they had these like straight scalpels that you cut skin with. And he showed me how to bleed the first time.
Oh, he taught you how to bleed?
Yeah, well... Because he showed me the way he did it. So back in my early day, even to the show that we're going to talk about, I could tell that I'm going to cut myself, because this was before I was smashing kids against my head and bleed before I even got in the ring. So if I had tape around this finger and this finger, then you know I was blading myself.
Okay. So
that's how I picked it up.
You put a little tiny blade in the tape?
Yeah, Tony told me so. He's like, this is what you do. You put a little, I don't know, it's hard to understand, but everybody put your finger up like you're sending a fuck sign to the person sitting across from you.
A middle finger.
Is that because I'm wearing a towel shirt?
Now, the very top part of it, like the third section of it, you wrap like once or twice with white. It's called wrestler's tape, but I don't know.
Like athletic tape.
Athletic tape. Okay. You put that on, and then the next piece you only make it as long as to get around your hand 1.5 times, and you stick a little blade. You punch it through the middle of that piece. Then you stick that piece on the very tip of your finger, wrap that around, and then you get another piece that's like a Band-Aid, he would call it, the Band-Aid that would go around it. So you would rip the Band-Aid off, push against your finger with your thumb, and the blade would come out right there, and then you juice.
Wow.
We'll do that when we get on YouTube in a couple of weeks.
You're just going to juice?
I'll re-show that.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, but also Tony told me, he told me a little bit how to relax out there. He told me how to brawl when they're bringing into the ring. And even Johnny Hotbody, too. Those guys helped me out a lot when I was younger because they were more experienced than me. The Pitbulls helped me out a lot. Rockin' Rebel, I know. He killed his kids and his wife and stuff, but Rockin' Rebel helped me out. So I got to give the guys props that helped me make my first leap in pro wrestling.
Now, Hack, talking about juicing and everything like that. Now, what is a wrestler, I guess a young wrestler or anybody like in the business or whatever, like what is the thought process behind gigging yourself and when you think, gigging is bleeding is appropriate in a match, or like what's like the science behind that?
Well, I had none because Joel Goodhart let me and JT Smith, black guy, great friend of mine back then, he would let us open up the show. He would let me bleed. He would let me bring a fire extinguisher to the ring. He would, in Bonner High School, 2 miles, maybe not even 2 miles from here, I wrestled in Bonner High School, used a ladder, I climbed up the bleachers, hung off a basketball court and dropped the leg on him. I bled on it, but I screwed up when I bled because I didn't know how to do it yet. So I just got a blade. I practiced it in my mirror at home.
I picture you cutting yourself in half.
Yes, I actually practiced because I didn't know. I had to go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to screw up out there, you know what I'm saying? So I practiced it at home, and then when I go out there, I made two big cuts in my head like that. There was 3 of them. It looked like a cat scratch. I'm bleeding all over, and I remember going back into the locker room in Bonner right here. Jerry Lawler looks at me, and he's like, "You stupid motherfucker."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he just looked at me like that. He goes, because he knew I was a young kid, and he was Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
And I'm going back looking in the mirror, and he just looks, he didn't say it, but I knew the look on his face was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, Rook?"
Yeah. Well,
how green are you?
Thank you for completely not answering my question.
No, he did, though.
I thought I did totally.
Well, like, I think what Ty was asking you is, like, at what point in matches where you're like, I need comfort?
I said if I bled or not. Nobody told me to bleed ever.
Not
once.
necessarily that, but like, what makes you decide like this?
Back then, I wanted it in every match just because I was me.
Okay.
There wasn't any psychology to it. I'm bleeding every match.
I didn't know if there was like, hey, this match causes someone to bleed, or this match doesn't cause someone to bleed. Like, I didn't know if like there was a thought process.
No, that's a very good point, because in any other federation that you're in that was like a real federation, you're getting fired if you bleed. You're not supposed to bleed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, who decided?
I had no parameters.
I got
Joel just let me go.
So when I was watching this match, I was waiting for 911 to come out and chokeslam both these guys, and it never happened, and the match just kind of ended. Nothing really matched there. Hack Myers went over. I'm glad we got
We're still on that match?
Yeah, I'm glad we got some cool Tony Stetson stories.
I thought we were on me being a beast.
Well, we're going to get to you too, dude. Up next on the show was Taz and 911 against the Oriental Connection. This was a complete squash. It was just a showcase for Taz to hit a bunch of cool suplexes, and then 911 did a bunch of choke slams. Oliver, I don't know if you have anything to add for this match.
I could care less.
I liked it. I mean, Taz was doing some suplexes.
But what did you feel about like It's 1995. I know it's hard.
At first, I completely forgot about Taz and 911 being like a thing.
No, that was like a one-off.
Yeah, but Paul Lee was tied with Taz, and he was tied with 911.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a mini stable kind of. Like 911 was huge back then.
I mean, I get the idea behind the match.
Yeah.
Like, keeping it strong, like, obviously heels, whatever. 911 completely botching the left-handed choke slam on the double choke slam.
Yo, for as big as he was, he could not get those dudes up.
The dude didn't help him out with getting up at all. But
Not at all. Yeah, it was...
And Al always had like 4-inch lifters. He had like 2 on the outside, 2 on the
I
inside.
love when you out these lifter guys. We're getting you 911. Hey,
get your
man.
shoes off and look me in the eye, dude.
Yeah,
Yo,
look a real 6'5" guy in the eye.
Heck,
911.
didn't he have like a ranch or something?
Dude, we went and rode horses
I was
there.
gonna say, and I rode a horse there. Where
Oh
was
my
that
god,
at?
it was the worst day for my ball sack ever. Oh my god, I got dude, Raven used to call my ball sack pomegranates. So
He's not exaggerating.
yeah, the first time I saw him, we were in Florida.
Right.
We were in Florida, and like 20 yards from Bubba's school. We're staying in a hotel, like right next door. I come out of the bathroom, and I'm drying myself off, and Oliver's like looking at my nutsack. He's like, "Are you serious?" Do you remember that, Oliver?
yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
He remembers it. What the hell is that? Dude, it's like 2 grapefruits.
All right, close your legs. I don't want to be
Did
like...
you like your nuts swollen?
No, but listen, like Hack would constantly talk about like, dude, my balls, this, and we're like, all right, dude, like, what? Okay, whatever.
Every time I sit down, and you got to get them in there, pull them up, or you're going to sit on them.
Yeah, you can't sit on it. No.
And they didn't get it until that day.
No,
Are you trying to say you got the balls in the family? Is that what you're saying?
listen, Hack is the real balls Mahoney.
Yeah.
Balls Mahoney.
Balls.
Yeah.
Balls.
Balls.
So, you guys were horseback riding with 911? How did we get to you?
So we went to the farm. Tell what you remember of the farm at all.
I don't remember
You were
much.
young.
I remember riding like a pony. It wasn't even a horse. It was
Genuine?
like a
Genuine?
pony. Yeah. Did I not like fall off and like I don't know. I just remembered that clicked in my head when I saw 911 rewatching the show.
Yeah,
and I'm
Teddy
like,
had a ranch. They had a ranch with like, not like a Terry Funk ranch that was like 80 or 100 acres or something like that, but Terry had Rocco had a ranch in New Jersey. So we went over there like 4th of July or something, went around to ride a horse, and I'm like, are you serious? I had
was it
shorts
Rocco or
on.
911's ranch?
Well, it was Rocco's.
Oh, 911 was just there.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Rocco's.
so maybe
but-
I thought it was 911's ranch, like being a younger kid or whatever.
Yeah, because he was the one that ran it most because Teddy was flying to Japan
okay,
and stuff like that.
I got
so
it.
Al was running it for him, so that's why he probably would have thought.
Gotcha.
Wow.
But yeah, so I show up there with Ad 1 shorts on with no underwear, and I'm like, "Yeah, Jed, let me get on a horse."
And this horse is like,
Saddle that up.
get these balls off my back.
Oh, it was so painful. And then, dude, it was so painful. So we're riding.
Imagine being the horse.
No, the pain was when Big Al got on the one horse.
That
One
horse-
horse was like,
You can see a tear
That
coming
horse,
from the horse's
yeah,
eye.
that horse wanted to be turned to glue. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, but oh my god, that hurt my nutsacks. I was riding with my hand, with my nuts in my left hand.
Okay.
Your nuts were the saddle, one on each side.
Saddlebags.
All right, so that was that match. I'm
That was the best thing about that match. This fucking saddle story.
Tyler, I'm very jealous of your childhood. You got to ride horses with 911. That's something not every kid got to experience.
Listen, one of many things. Join the club, everybody.
That's an extreme childhood. Next up on the show, Joey brought out Axel Rotten, and then out came Ian Rotten. So this is during the midst of the Bad Breed. They break up and they're just having a blow off feud and just a lot of matches where
It was Paulie's blood and guts match.
Blood and guts everywhere. These guys were bleeding like instantly. There was a barbed wire chair, and I don't know. I mean, this match, it didn't really do much for me. It wasn't like a lot of spots. It was literally just like a gruesome kind of bloody
It's
match.
like a death match spot.
It wasn't even because there wasn't a lot of creativity in terms of the spots. They did it.
None at all.
Yeah, like it was a lot of like blood. I mean, they were gushing blood.
Dude, the best part about the match, like they're in the crowd or whatever.
Oh,
and
up by the bleachers.
Well, yeah, not only that, I mean, that was great, and I see the, hippie dude with the dreadlocks that was always there acting like security holding everybody back, but, like, they're going over the guardrail, and there's this, I don't know, 10-year-old kid with a mullet and an Eric Lindros jersey, like,
Yes.
right next to Ian Rotten, like, just gushing all over the place, and, like, that's just ECW.
Yeah.
Like, when you hear stories of people like, oh, I was there when I was, like, 12 years old, this, that, and the other, like, it's just crazy, like, when you look back at these matches and you see the crowd and you see what's going on, like, people who had, like, didn't have the opportunity to be there and or weren't old enough to like remember watching them, like, can go back and watch these shows now, and it's like some of the stuff is just like crazy, and that's why ECW still lives on to this day, because there was nothing like what was going on.
There was absolutely nothing like it. The finish of this match was Ian tried to do like a pump splash, but he landed balls first on a barbed wire baseball bat.
Yeah, you got Gooch.
Yeah, what's the idea behind that spot?
You would have no sold that.
If you had my balls,
Yeah.
you ain't doing that spot.
He was doing the Yokozuna on a barbed wire bat.
Yeah, that was.
I would have
whatever.
broke the bat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they were ash back then. They weren't maple like they are.
The match didn't really do anything for me. So.
Pomegranates break ash.
Oh my God, that's
It's like a new rock, paper,
scissors. He said it at the same time.
Pomegranate beats ash. Ash beats wood.
Oh, that's funny. Up next, Shane Douglas came out, and so Shane Douglas is going to WWF at this point in '95. What did the locker room think of Shane Douglas going to WWF at this point?
I'm sure everybody was happy because they're taking the next step up.
Okay, so like there was no animosity, no ill
Dude,
will, nothing.
everybody's trying to get to that next level.
Yeah,
They're like, yeah, pat him on the back, go, dude.
good luck. And
Yeah, go get your money, dude. Like,
he was back
Absolutely.
in 6 months. He was back in ECW. He did not last very long in WWF, but I love the promo that he cut here, and this was so.
No, it was a great setup.
This promo, and like out of everything on the show, there's some good stuff on the show, but this might have been what I enjoyed the most. So you have Shane Douglas come out and he talks about how he got screwed over by you losing the title to you on a couple shows back when he dropped the belt to you. So he used his connections with the State Athletic Commission, and he brings in Bill Alfonso. And Bill Alfonso is just absolutely perfect for this role. Every little thing he does, all the motions that he makes, he gets the crowd to immediately start hating him, and the crowd immediately starts chanting for 911, which plays off months and months later when 911 finally gets to chokeslam Bill Alfonso. But it was awesome, and then they're talking about how he's going to be a troubleshooting ref, and he's going to lay down the law in ECW and all these things, and out comes Todd Gordon to oppose all this rule crap, and Fonzie stood up to him and told him that we're going to shut this promotion down if you don't abide by the rules. So,
And Todd leaves like a bitch. Well, wait and see.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally like a bitch. Totally like a
I'll
fucking
hear about
bitch.
that later, Todd.
it's the
Sorry.
setup for the angle, which all had a
Well,
big
no,
payoff.
and I
at
love
the
Todd
end.
comes out and he's like, oh yeah, I run ECW.
yeah,
and
he's
then,
like, who are you? And he's like,
and
I
then-
run ECW.
Yeah, and then he like hands, and he doesn't even like hand the mic over to Fonzie. Like he like lets him talk,
Yeah, like he's
hands it back over, and then brings it.
talking about
and bringing it back. I'm like, what the fuck's
Oh,
going
it was
on
the
right
Rocky
now?
statue.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, you'll see, my little pretty."
Well, he look, hey, Todd did get the finally later down the road in '95 on Fonzie. But so this set up the match between Ravy and Stevie Richards against Tommy Dreamer and Mikey Whipwreck. This match was all about getting Fonzie's character over as the heel ref. So they do this little spot where at first Stevie gets tossed to the outside and Tommy tries to go outside, and Fonzie won't even let him go outside the ring to get after him, and he kind of like puts himself in between them. And I just thought that right there, the crowd is really feeling out the Fonzie character. And you got to watch this too, because Fonzie's rocking like this old school ref attire with the bow tie. And that little touch of being in that outfit versus the old like white and black stripes. The zebra outfit that they normally wear.
Did any of you guys notice what a professional he was during that match?
Well, he's a great
like that slide coming in 1, 2. You know what I'm saying?
Like, because you schooled me like last week on actually like how great and like how deep Fonzie of a ref he really goes, like with Japan and everything that, which I didn't know about.
Yeah, Fonzie was a great ref.
Okay, so we're in the locker room. Now, think about how many people are in this angle. You got me, Woman, Shane, Cactus, and then what are there's all these other run-ins.
Stevie,
and
Mikey.
then all the guys holding back, everything. So, we're all in. Now, I told you, it was like the ECW locker room was basically one big locker room, let's say 20 yards by like 15 or 25 yards by like 15 yards. Everybody was in there, but there was another little side room back there and a bathroom upstairs. So Paulie calls all of us into the side room, and it's packed. And Paulie's going through this whole thing about, all right, this is what we're going to do. And I'm like, wait a minute, a rogue referee? I'm like, wow, I never heard of this stuff before. And Paulie gets like halfway through it, and then he starts getting into the stuff coming to me, because there was a lot of stuff before me. You know what I mean? And I like Nancy standing next to her. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? She's like, don't worry, he's got it. Literally. Yeah, she knew him from Florida. Because they're from Tampa. Her and Kevin Sullivan, Tampa people.
Okay.
And I was, and as soon as she said that, I'm like, I was good.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's do it. And then he ended up being great.
And that was the first time you ever met Fonzie?
Yep.
And that was his
He
debut
came
in the company.
into the locker. All right, you got a bunch of hobos in the locker. Nobody's even got a watch on. Fonzie walks in with his Halliburton briefcase, his suit, his nice tie, everything looking like totally professional, the sunglasses, everything. So obviously I'm like, who the hell is this?
This is a CIA agent.
And he's getting put over immediately by Paul Heyman.
He's the biggest monster heel in the company after tonight. Like the heat that they got for this finish. So there was some cool work in this match. I did like Tommy doing the spots to the outside. He did do like a plancha to the outside, which I know last week.
He almost died on it.
Yeah.
He took it was like a head dive to me almost.
Yeah, there was some good work in this match, but they get to the finish where Tommy and Raven both give DDTs on the outside, and then they get back in the ring, and this is during the Tommy and Raven feud. It's at like the beginning points of the feud, and Tommy still has never pinned Raven. That's the heat of the feud, and you get inside, and Tommy and Raven are about to square off. And Tommy starts to just like slug it out with them. He's throwing some punches. The crowd's feeding into it. And Fonzie warns him, right? You could see him like make mention of it and point to his fist. And then he calls for the bell after he like hit him with a closed fist. And the crowd just hates this. To see an ECW match, which, you know, you said before, the refs are there just for the finish. To see a ref call a DQ for a closed fist in front of this crowd got incredible heat, and I was dying laughing with all of Fonzie's antics. I thought this was absolutely tremendous finish. That's just great business. It really was just awesome business.
Well, I mean, come on, like great.
It was
business.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect in that environment. Just such good booking.
Everybody trying to find out if there was did Paulie steal that from somebody?
I know Lucha always has a lot of like heel referees. I don't know when they started doing that. I don't know if that would have
Then
influenced.
that's probably where Paul got it from.
I don't know if it would have influenced Paul, so I'm not 100%
Yes,
on that.
of course it influenced Paul.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if he was watching like Lucha stuff, but maybe.
Of course, he was the one that brought the luchadors in, so obviously he was watching their shit.
Yeah. No, you're probably right.
Just saying.
No, you're probably right. I thought it was awesome, and then Shane Douglas came out afterwards. He looked happy as hell with Fonzie doing the DQ, and then Cactus came out to make the save for ECW.
I know, but think about. Go ahead, Ty.
I was just gonna say, and Shane keeps saying, "Yeah, go ahead, hit Fonzie. He'll shut the place down. He'll shut the company down. Go ahead," and that just makes it even more like, because they're like all the crowd's like, yeah, fucking hit him.
Yeah,
like,
Tommy-
hit him.
Tommy
But,
was
you
gonna
just
go
can't-
after him.
Yeah, but you just can't because Fonzie threatened that the state athletic commission would shut down the whole company if he got touched. So it was great
Just
heel work.
keeping them strong.
Keeping them strong, and this plays out.
Freaking brilliance, dude.
It plays out through 1995, which is for me personally like my favorite year of ECW, and the booking was so smart and so on the money for every
Well, of
note
course,
that
if
they
they're going
did.
to put me in 2 matches in one night, obviously the booking was good.
You're always putting yourself over.
Seriously.
Yeah. Next up on the show, this was ECW TV title match between Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko. Joined on the commentary with Joey was Taz, but they didn't announce him as Taz. They gave him like his shoot name, and I think this was the debut of the Taz that we ended up knowing.
Yeah, and they didn't even know the name of the opening move.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
they did botch
there was
that.
like, Taz. Joey knows, I don't know what it is. And Taz is like, well, now he's in a Fujimura armbar.
Yeah.
They didn't know the opening move of the match.
I did notice that rare miss for Joey and Taz, but
But it was they were young.
yeah, it was like a cross arm breaker or something they were doing. The work was really strong between Dean and Eddie. I thought that they had a really good match, but the match was clipped. If you watch this on the Peacock, I don't know if there's a full version of this match out there, so I would definitely like to see it if there is one. But I thought it was a really strong work. I don't know what you thought of it, Ty.
It's Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, opening up, their early years, everything like that. It's what you would expect from that. The one thing that I did notice, and what you always notice when you're watching an ECW show is, the crowd was going crazy for the Axelrod and Ian Rotten match. It's blood, guts, they're in the crowd, they're this, that, the other. And then you come out a couple matches later with a Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero match, and they're mat wrestling, and they're doing all this. And after everything, whole place is clapping. After every spot, after everything, they're right there on their heels. So it's like, dude, it's blood and guts, but it's also the appreciation that crowd also had for the mat wrestling and everything like that. Like, that's just the sign of a smart crowd to me. And it's not the most, I guess it is the most that I got out of that match. I'm not trying to impugn the work, but like just recognizing the fact that, I don't know, a half hour earlier, this crowd's going insane, blood and guts, like everything's going fucking crazy, and
they're not even doing anything in the
right,
match.
and then they're sitting down, and like there's a spot, and it's clap, 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 like just the appreciation that they showed for every aspect of all wrestling that there was. That's just, kudos to the fans and what ECW was.
Yeah,
ECW fans taught other fans how to be fans.
No, it's true.
And that's it. Nobody was saying, Fonzie takes it up the ass, doo-dah, doo-dah, in 1995. You didn't hear that.
Why you
No.
gotta throw Fonzie under the bus?
Well, no. I just
Come on, Daddy.
No, but even then, they got people like during the 911 and Taz match. They're singing the nah 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 nah.
Yeah.
Nah nah. Back in '95. So
Yeah.
if you think that just happened, if you're younger and you think that was just a thing coming up in
Yeah.
95.
It started in Philly.
Yeah.
No,
we should do a show with a couple of the super stables that were in the audience. You still see a couple of them around.
No, that'd be
Hat
awesome
guy.
if we could
Yeah,
do
is
it.
Hat Guy still around? We need to find him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if we could do that. So with the match itself,
Yeah, you blew past that, didn't you? Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What? No, it would be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to reach Hat Guy. Hat Guy, if you're listening, reach out to us. We would love to do a show with you.
That guy.
But
Him and the
long hair guy.
and the picture guy, George Tahinos, is still there.
Yeah.
The one dude, oh my God, the one sign guy today during the after the Raven match, the guy that looks like you in the front row, you know the guy that looks like him with the hat, the glasses. Oh,
that
come
was
on, you guys.
constantly taking pictures. Like,
I don't know, but he had a sign that said, what is this called again when you just...
Crucifix.
Yeah, Crucify Raven.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, oh, wow.
Is that where you got
I
it from?
saw that.
No.
You ripped
Maybe
off
that's
this
where
guy's-
he got it from.
No, I remember now that you say that. He had a sign that said Crucify Raven, and I was like, I wonder if that's where they got that from.
But doesn't he look like the dude do, kind of.
I didn't notice the guy. I didn't notice the guy. I
All right,
just
we'll have to
noticed the
get a
sign.
picture. We'll have to take a look.
Well, yeah, because
I don't know how I would have missed him if he looked like
excited.
you could.
Is he?
I don't know how. I was gonna
Great
say I don't
looking
know
guy.
if I would have missed
Is
him if he looked
Is
like
he rocking an amazing Taz shirt to troll you? Like I
we go outside. I go outside to smoke a cigarette. And he's out there. I didn't put the shirt over because I don't even notice what anybody's wearing.
am? Yeah, he didn't.
He's like,
He knows
what about the shirt? I'm like,
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
He was bummed.
I was bummed. I got to troll you. I thought you'd have a good line when you saw me today. You didn't have anything. We'll have to take a picture and put it up for later.
Yeah, we will.
If I let you.
Yeah. Tweet me if you can. I love you. Tweet me if you can.
Yes,
Reply.
if I
no,
let
no.
you.
No, tweet me if you can. Reply if I let you.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I actually thought of that. I told him that
He did.
outside.
He gave me this outside earlier.
That was the note that you gave him earlier.
Yeah. That's what. No, the Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko match. This was strong work, but again, it's a clipped match. I don't know how you could really give it like a star rating. I think that they had some really
It's
other.
Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko.
It's great.
It's a freaking 5-star match anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, it was great. Next up on the show, this was you and Cactus Jack, and the winner of this immediately has to face Shane Douglas.
Yeah, why is that exactly? Why was that going on? Does anybody know? Hack, do you remember why you weren't too?
I'm on my way up. Shane's on his way out. Who know where Cactus is right then? It could have been. I'm thoroughly convinced that Paul would give me the belt whenever there was something else happening or whatever, because he knew he could trust me. I wouldn't go rogue on him. Because Paul had nothing to do with WCW. Kevin was going there, but Paul was the WWE, and I wasn't a WWE character right then. So Paul's probably thinking, hey, whatever is going on in his head, well, let's keep it on Hack here. You know what I mean? We'll do a little. Think about what brilliance that was of that whole booking with Shane bringing in Fonzie, knowing he's on his way out, and then Paul booking the leg thing. That's just incredible booking.
Yeah, it's a great transfer of heat.
So, yeah, it's like unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's such brilliance.
Yeah,
I know, but then why didn't you just wrestle Shane for the belt if that was the case? Why did you have to wrestle Cactus?
Because they probably wanted to set up Shane and Cactus because that came out of it.
Yeah, no, but Shane was gone after this.
Yeah, that's right.
Shane was going to WWF after this. He only wrestled a couple more house shows for you guys, and he went to WWF.
I'm only asking
I'm
because
so
I've never
young.
seen
I know, but I'm so young in my career that I'm not caring about what's going. I don't ask Paul. Paul gives it to me right there. When you know what I mean, I'm not asking him on the side. Yo, am I getting the belt again?
It was.
Well, I know you don't care. I had just never seen it in ECW before. People working on the same night, unless there was a reason.
It was the marriage. It was the marriage between two angles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's hear this.
It's the marriage between two angles because obviously you and Shane have a track record because you took the belt off of him. Everything.
And Woman had part of it.
Right. So it's a marriage between, and then Cactus and Shane also had their best friend whatever turning angle, this, that, and the other, and then it was turning to like a you and Cactus type thing, and Shane was leaving. So if you can find a way to send Shane off on a thing and marry the two angles where that those intertwine. I feel like that's you can screw Shane in the end, and we'll talk about that. Screwing Shane in the end, you keep the belt, like whatever. But it's a way to have, Shane screw Cactus, but then Cactus screw Shane, and give it all credibility.
And then Cactus grabs the mic and he says, "Everybody just wants you to get out of here instead of cursing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Come on, Cactus, can't you curse
He
or
wasn't
something?"
a cussing guy. So,
But no, Ty, I never even thought about that. But yeah, that kind of actually sums up Oliver's question.
no, I think it does. And some of the booking in this was weird too. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. You're like kind of a tweener heel at this point. I mean, Woman's a heel. Yeah, I mean, she's.
I think they're kind of portraying you as.
Strength of opponent.
I think they're kind of portraying you as a heel. They're trying to portray you as a heel at this point, but you're still.
The way Nancy's working is that she looks like she's the heel manager.
Well, because I put her over like that too. She's not a valet. There was a total difference between Nancy and Missy. I treat Nancy like she's the queen. I hold her hand, put her up in the corner.
It was almost like you were under her spell.
Yeah, exactly.
Under some sort
you
of
got it.
kind
That's
of.
exactly what it was supposed to be like.
And if you hear Joey on the commentary, he's like, the Sandman, the ECW heavyweight
Buries
champion.
me every chance he gets.
Yeah, he does.
And he goes,
It's great.
He goes, how could you ever imagine this? And that's why I say they're trying to portray you as the heel when maybe you weren't necessarily with the fans. You know, but they're trying to put you as that heel, I guess, because Cactus was the baby at that point.
Yeah, but he had, dude, in that match, I was, even without, I don't know if it was before I got my neck broken, after I had my neck broken, but slingshot drop kick in the ring, boom, right to his mush. Then we went outside, I threw him outside.
How about the karate kick over the guard?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to, Nick. No, I'm blaming somebody pulling the guardrail back away from me.
Yeah, hit the Bruce Lee flying
Was that the dive off the apron?
No, when you dive off the
that
apron,
missed?
I don't know what the fuck you were thinking when you were trying to do
You
that.
totally ate shit.
And Joey put it over like that.
And then you threw him over the guardrail, and you're still on the outside where the fans
And
are.
I'm
And you
like,
come
"Take
with
this, bitch."
and you come with some jumping three ninjas kick to the dome.
No, it was totally a new digit. I planted it right there on the shin.
You stiffed him good with
you
it.
did.
If you can
I was
imagine.
pissed because I screwed up the earlier spot, probably. I'm like, you motherfucker, I'll get
Imagine
you down.
some ninja with 1 foot out and 1 foot
Please
in.
watch
A
this
three
video.
ninjas kick was a perfect way to describe it.
Dude, can somebody make a meme of me doing that spot with a ninja? Give me Donatello. That's what I want to
Okay.
make.
Love.
No, you know the movie cover Three Ninjas High Noon when they got the three ninjas on there and you just put Hack's face on one of them.
There you go.
right.
Send that
Rocky
tomorrow.
Love.
Send it. We'll get that in next
No,
week.
but you guys don't understand. I got a broken neck and I'm doing this stuff.
So when did you break your
I
neck?
think that was before. That was before the broken neck, because then comes later when you do the table spot and he dumps you over the table.
That's when I broke
That's
my
when you
neck.
break your
Dude,
neck.
What
This
was
before that.
supposed to happen
Okay.
on that spot?
Yeah,
Now,
break
if
this down
everybody's
for us.
Looks like
watching
there's
it,
no
man,
good outcome.
Yeah.
You were gonna break something.
Yeah, it was 100% my fault because I had the chance to change. Cactus put the table up on an angle, more like a 45-degree angle. I wanted the table on like an 80-degree
The
angle.
legs were up, so it wasn't leaning against the
and
rope.
the legs got tied.
Yeah.
The legs got caught. So when I'm leaning against the table, he's picking up the bottom. But I'm bottom heavy right now, and you can see him. He's struggling to get me over. So when he struggles to get me over, if you watch watch when he throws me into the table. Then I turn around and I take my left hand and my right hand and I grab each side of the table, because I know when I get my feet over my head, going upside down. Imagine that, like doing a backflip. Once your feet get over your head, then I can release my hands. The table was on the wrong angle, which I could have fixed. I could have just given him an elbow, put the table at a better angle, turn around, he could have cut me off, we could have went right back to the same spot. But I was young and dumb.
So you were supposed to flip and land on your feet ish and
Yeah,
Okay.
dude,
Well, it
it's
didn't
just-
happen.
The spot was supposed to be just like me standing against the rope and somebody clotheslines me over the top rope.
okay.
That's
okay.
what I
So
pictured.
that was the landing that
Yeah,
you were
somebody-
going
yeah,
for.
you always
Okay.
let
All
her
right.
land on
So
my
you were trying to
both
get
feet,
all the
no
way. You
problem.
were trying to get all the way over.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I let my hands go too early, because then I found out that the feet of the table came out and grabbed the top rope.
Wow.
And that kept the flip from keep going.
All right.
But either way, it was 100% my fault.
So walk me through the pain that you're feeling at that point when you make impact.
Serious pain. The worst pain I've ever had in my life.
And so then you have to proceed and finish this match and then have another match.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
But your adrenaline's going. Dude, it's like Patrick Mahomes in the second half against the Eagles when they beat us.
Well, he got shot up with a horse tranquilizer. You didn't really.
What did you have? You had a smoke and a beer? I mean, not even. You were next
my
match.
point is, adrenaline can get you. Hey, if you're in a life or death, adrenaline will get somebody to pick up a car if their kid's underneath it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. When you're a drag, I'm getting it in my skin right now. I'm getting goosebumps right now because I know that feeling of adrenaline and I freaking love it.
So you're off adrenaline at this point, and then like, are you talking to Cactus during this match? Are you telling him like, "Yo, I hurt my neck"? Or is there any?
Yeah, you see it a couple times.
Okay, so you're communicating that to him. So are you going like any change in the finish or any spots changed? Nothing.
No, dude, you have to understand. I'm in a spot right now, and I've been in scarier situations than that hurt in prison, in a prison riot on D Block. And to George Wacken Hut Facility, Cheney, Google, riot at the Cheney, George Wacken Hut, 1984 or 83 when it was. I was more scared then. You know what I mean? So I had the pain, but I wasn't like that scared of the pain. You know what I mean? Because I didn't think my neck was broke.
Okay.
Yeah, you just thought you fucked yourself
Yeah,
up.
I hurt bad. You know what I mean? I got another match.
We,
Through it.
we also need Hack in a Scotty Scheffler orange jumpsuit video or picture.
Yes.
If anybody
Please.
can get that out there.
Please.
Hack in a prison riot in the Scotty Scheffler orange jumpsuit.
No, but I'm sure you could. Now they covered up a lot of it, but Google News of Delaware County, like 1984, George Wacken Hut Facility, Cheney, Pennsylvania.
Okay. We'll have to Google that. And take
Another
a hack
crazy.
check on that.
Hey, not too far from where I was at Chippendale.
Wow.
Those two buildings were like less than like 3 miles apart. I like left the prison went and became a Chippendale that afternoon.
What
Yeah,
a
they
life.
go together like lamb and tuna fish, brother. Fucking Chippendale prison riot.
What a life you've
Or
lived.
cream pies and Twinkies.
Yeah, je ne sais-
Yo.
yeah, it's all sort of je ne sais quoi, one would say.
yeah.
Yeah, accoutrement. Yeah.
So, Hack, did I catch you blading yourself on camera when the barbed wire came out? It looked pretty obvious.
Yeah, you saw it on my finger.
Yeah.
When he hits me as I'm
what she
going
said.
down, I hit myself right there. Good job, kid.
The camera didn't do you any favors on that
They
one.
don't pick. Other people ain't picking that up.
You don't think so? It was pretty. I thought it was pretty
It's
obvious.
1995, dude.
Okay.
It's not 8K like what they're dealing with now. You know what I mean?
I'm a smart mark too.
And
so.
now the finish happens, which is a great finish. You know, you're covering Cactus, or Cactus covering you, and then he puts your leg up on the. Shane comes out, puts your leg up on the rope. Cactus turns around, to get Shane.
That's just good stuff.
Yeah, right. It's
Nail him with the cane. 1, 2, 3.
One,
you
two,
win.
three, and as you nail
You
him with
see my cover?
you nail him with the cane. You fall back on him, and you still have the cane in your hand. And woman is smart enough to pull the cane out of your hand.
Yeah. I'm glad
So
you
the ref doesn't see it. Still playing kayfabe. And
She was so great.
And I know that you said that you didn't really. You told Cactus that like your neck was fucked up, and you didn't really change anything. And clearly, it didn't look like you told Shane that your neck was fucked up because
He had to know before we went out there. He worked my neck the whole match.
I was gonna say everything he does is to your head and to your neck.
Double RTT. Neck
right.
breaker.
Head scissors going over the top rope.
All right, so listen, straight shoot right now. Me and Shane never got along. Now we get along really great. But once I have my neck broken, because you have to understand something. When I just watched that was like watching it for the first time for me. I'm sure I've seen it before in my career, like 10 years ago, but I don't like watching my own stuff ever. I'd much rather watch other people's stuff because I'm very critical on myself. What was I talking about?
You're talking about Shane and you.
So after I get my neck hurt, and then because I'm writing notes down, this is only like 3 hours ago in my bedroom, and I'm writing notes down, but I couldn't write any notes once me and Shane happened because I was literally watching that for the first time, and I know that I have my neck broke. But I don't know my neck's broke. My neck's broke in half right then. Like if you know your C3s, your C4s, I broke my C4 in half. I don't know that right then. I just think I'm hurt. But since me and Shane didn't get along, I absolutely next time I see him will ask him that.
Ask him what?
Because I did not like him at all. I told you, we almost got in a fight.
If he intentionally went after your
PA.
neck? Yeah.
Because he picked up the cane and used it during the thing. Terry Funk got in between us. So me and Shane were not copacetic at all. In fact, Woman had to be the mediator, which we talked about, for him to get the belt off of me before whatever happened that night.
Yeah, I mean,
And not to mention, he throws you on a slingshot on the ropes, and you literally land right on your fucking head.
I know. I don't know how you're walking.
yeah. It's insane.
Yes, please. And my neck injury was worse than Gary's. Gary was in a halo for it.
It's just nuts
I
to
broke
me.
mine in half on each
Cocaine's a
side.
hell of a
It was a
drug.
C. Imagine putting your fingers at your two. I ain't gonna do that.
All right, do you have like neck pain to this day?
No, only when I talk to you.
Try to bury me, man. I'm worried about you.
I don't even understand that.
I don't know. What are you turning your head? You're rolling your eyes so much, your head's moving, or what? I don't know. This
fucking
trying
guy.
to bury me. I'm worried about his well-being.
Great
That's the
off the
last
cuff,
time.
baby.
It's the last time I worry about your well-being
Great off
ever.
the cuff.
So yeah, you guys do a lot of stuff, and then
Oh wait, so real quick, I didn't know my neck was broken. I actually got adjusted by my chiropractor in Broomall, Pennsylvania. The next day, Mark actually came into the office just to adjust me. He didn't know that I had a broken neck, obviously, and you got to understand, it's like 1994. They didn't have like X-rays and stuff, and he was the people that adjust your bones.
Chiropractor.
Yeah, he was like a chiropractor.
Yeah, Dr. Mark, he's the
so
best.
I had no idea. I wrestled through this. I broke my neck totally and just kept wrestling through it. So then I'm in the junkyard match in 2001 for WCW.
99.
I get all right. Bitch, check that right away. That's great.
You always misremember the years you were in WCW.
Yes, of course.
I know.
Okay, so I'm in the junkyard
That
match.
German bridge collapsed in fucking
We will
1648.
get to the German bridge. So, Super King, I'm pretty sure his name was, we set up a spot where, because there was
King.
cars packed up like five. I could have sued, any of us could have sued them for that match so bad.
We'll get to that in a
There was
future
no
episode.
safety, whatever. But I hurt my neck in that match, in the junkyard match. I go to the hospital, me and Tyler and Oliver's mom, we go to the hospital in Fort Lauderdale. So I go in there, they take an x-ray. The doctor comes back and is, we think you got a broken neck. We're going to do a CAT scan. I do a CAT scan. We're there for like 5-6 hours. You know how it is. So we go do the CAT scan.
Yeah.
The doctor comes back in and says, yes, your neck is definitely broken. I look right at the doctor. I said, no. I've hurt my neck way worse than this before. I did not just break my neck. If that was a break, it happened like 3 to 5 years ago. She goes, all right, we're going to put you in a, what's the thing where it makes all the sound, the tube that you're ready
An
to kill
MRI
yourself.
machine?
Yeah. Put me in an MRI. I go in the MRI, come out. She goes, yeah, you broke it about 5 years ago.
What the heck, man? You were working and you never never got a surgery for it.
No, nothing.
That's crazy to me,
Nothing.
man.
That's how lucky I am. That was
I
probably
know.
and that was like the third time that I escaped death.
How
That
did
was
you
nothing?
Like, dude, I don't even
I
understand.
know, but it's crazy. Well, so getting back to the point, that's why when I'm watching the next match with Shane, I'm like, dude, now I know, because I've never seen this before. I'm like, now I know I got a broken neck. I couldn't write down notes because all I thought about was, what are you doing in this ring right now with a broken neck?
Yeah.
And I had to rewatch it to write down a couple notes.
Man, dude.
I was just like, wow, you got a broken neck, dude.
You and like
I'm with a
you
broken
mentioned
freaking
it. You
neck.
mentioned it like
Yeah,
to me
Kurt
and Ty
Angle,
as we were watching. You're like, dude, watch the second match and notice the difference. Like, I'm fucked. Like, you can tell you were fucked up.
Your upper half is stiff as hell.
Yeah, so the one spot in the match when Shane goes to pick me up for like a suplex, but he drops me on the top rope, and then I drop on my head. I had already saw that upstairs. I was ahead of these guys, you know what I mean? Because I fast forward through the first couple. And so they're watching it, and I'm upstairs pissing with the door open, and they both go, oh, shit. And I was like, was that Shane just dropped me on my head off the rope? And they're like, yep. I knew exactly what they were watching because I just went through the same thing.
Yeah, look, it was.
It was nuts, dude. You're not supposed to be out there with a broken neck. You're not supposed to be working the next week. You're not supposed to be
or the next 5 years.
You're not supposed to be shooting Oxycontin 80s and living. You know.
No, it's just a part of the lure of the Sandman.
Thank you, Anunnaki.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, I don't know how you're perfectly fine. Like, it's just. It's,
all right, it was perfectly fine.
Well, no, but I mean, I don't know how you're mobile and everything. Like, it's
mobile.
You are.
To an extent.
No, you are, man. It's like I don't understand. You never
Pass
had
the trash can lid out back.
Literally.
Yeah, or the guardrail over WrestleMania weekend.
Jesus.
So the finish of this match was you hitting a belly-to-belly suplex. Was this the
reversal?
The reversal. Was this the only belly-to-belly suplex you ever hit in your career?
Easily. I've never done that move before, but it was Shane's.
And yeah, I know.
And I beat him with his own move.
And it was pretty good. You did it pretty good. Belly suplex.
Dude, it wasn't
Are you
my
surprised?
idea.
No, I'm not. Look how cocky
Dude,
he
it
is,
wasn't
too.
my idea, but I did know then, no matter how hurt I was, I'm like, yo, I'm beating this dude with his own move. I don't care what the screw job is afterwards.
Yeah. Cactus was there. He pushed Shane's foot off the ropes, and you got the pin. And yeah, it wasn't the greatest match, but knowing the fact that you had a broken freaking neck in it, pretty damn cool.
I think we'll let this match slide a little bit.
And you were out there working for like 20 some minutes too, like total between the two matches. So like, was this the most you ever like wrestled in one night? It's got to be up there, right? Like, I mean,
all right. Yes, maybe there was more actual in like bell to bell. I might have done more, but it was mostly entrance or screwing off or doing whatever, you know.
Yeah, and you were in 2 singles matches, so like even if you were in like long tags ever, like it's probably the most you ever were. Well, I don't know. Afterwards, Fonzie came out. He was trying to take the title and give it to Shane, and then him and Finnegan.
Yeah, that was kind of that seemed convoluted to me. The whole thing. How Fonzie gets all the heat, but I walk away with the belt, and I thought as watching it today that I shouldn't have walked away with the belt because Fonzie had like authority.
Yeah. So
did you guys feel that way?
Yeah, it kind of undermined the character that they were just putting over.
It would have been better because it was like Finnegan was getting one up on Fonzie when realistically it probably should have been Todd that came out and awarded you the belt because so you give Fonzie all this authority throughout the entire show and then he gives the belt to thing and then what?
Todd's on a roll of it.
And then Finnegan takes the belt and gives it to you, and now Finnegan has authority over it. So it really should have been Todd that came back in the "I'll get you, my pretty" moment, to say like, "Nah, this is my company. He's the champ."
Oh, you missed that one.
Yeah. And then
Ty is on tonight.
He is. He's good.
I'm not a booker. I'll tell you every day of the week I'm not a booker. You know what I mean? I don't care about what other people are doing. I just care about my stuff.
I'm the real booker too.
But every once in a while I'm like, yeah, that dude would be good doing this or whatever, but I can't write your program, dude.
Yeah.
That's just not in me.
There was a whole schmoz afterwards with Malenko coming out, then Raven and Tommy and Stevie.
That's just ECW.
That's just ECW.
Garbage.
Up next was one of the teams that we had in our Mount Rushmore episode last week, the Pitbulls. I'm sorry, the Public Enemy taking on the Pitbulls. None of us had the Pitbulls in our... this was a double dog collar match, and if Public Enemy won, they got 5 minutes in the ring with Stevie. That's like old school wrestling stuff, Hack, where you get like, if a babyface team wins, they get 5 minutes with the manager, or somebody they hate. I always love that. You all right?
The twist at the end is so Paul Heyman.
Yes.
Yeah, the double pin.
Yeah. And Stevie cuts the great promo. Instead of you getting 5 minutes with me, how about I got 5 minutes with you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Stevie was great. He knew his role. I'm sure he didn't want to come in and, like when he was a kid, wanted to be a professional wrestler. That he didn't want to come in and be Raven's lackey and wear the cut-off shirt, the cut-off like Daisy Duke pants and stuff like that.
He made it work.
He owned it and he turned it into something great. That's what's so great about him.
Yeah.
And that fucking hairstyle too.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a deep mullet.
No, I got so much respect for Stevie and like the Meanie's got the same kind of respect too. The Meanie's, he's actually a character from the submarine, like
the Yellow Submarine.
yeah, and he owned it. And they got over huge when places would just go BWO. Unless, like, the gangsters come out and then they want to hear the gang. You know what I'm saying? But those guys were just great. They knew the role, they knew their position, and they were great at it.
So
and their timing was all great.
Yeah, no, they were awesome performers. But back to the match here. This was kind of just a wild brawl. A lot of tables, a lot of...
What do you expect?
No, yeah, it's what you would have expected.
That's the MO.
Between Public Enemy and the Pitbulls. Double dog collar. They did some interesting stuff up by the Eagle's Nest, I thought.
Teddy giving it his own bump, the tug of war with Anthony and stuff like that. That's Teddy's own bump. The other one with Teddy trusting Anthony enough to get on the table on the top rope.
That was scary.
Well, yeah, but the whole thing is you could do that spot from the ropes. You didn't even need the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It didn't add really much to it.
Well, yeah, but it was a big pop. And just to have that balance.
Oh, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and for Teddy to trust Anthony suppose Anthony falls backward there.
Oh, you're done. You're done. You're
right.
done. You're
you gotta have a lot. I tell you, people, you have to have so much trust in the people that you are working with in that ring. If you don't have 100% trust, you can't perform at your 100%.
Now,
Yeah.
Hack, I got a question. Tosh, you may know if Hack doesn't know. Do you know the origin of the dog collar match, like where it came from, or
I would say USWA, but what do I know? Or UWF?
I don't know the origins of the dog collar match. No.
Okay.
My junkyard dog was probably the first dog collar match I ever saw.
Well, to me, I think the dog collar match is a gimmick. It's like you can't get away from the guys. You guys are
Right.
locked in together. So it's similar to like a bull rope or whatever
I
kind
was
of
gonna
match.
say like a strap match or like a four corners match.
Yeah,
or
it's like the cousin of those matches where it's like
Right.
you can't get away. You're going to have some blow off to this.
Right. I didn't
feud.
know if there was like something like where specifically that came from, or I don't know. It was just a random
Yeah, well,
question.
Stat Boy don't know, so we're beat.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
have to
here
have a
we-
hack check on that for maybe next week. We'll try to find out, you guys, the origin of the dog
Hey,
collar
somebody
match.
tell us.
Well, we'll find out. We'll take a look into that one. That's because that definitely is.
That's a
interesting.
hard one, though.
It is, but
That's
I'm sure
a real hard
There
one.
always is a first, right? And I'm sure
You would think.
it's probably somebody in the 70s. I would say.
Well,
That's my
somebody
guess.
hit us up with the Masato Tanaka kicking out of the 3D. That was fact checking us on that. So
They did.
So maybe somebody can come up with the origin of a dog collar match.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look
Well,
into that.
it wouldn't be the dog collar. It would be the strap match. Would probably be the origin, right,
Right.
before the dog collar.
I would think
Right.
that or the bull rope. I don't know which
Bull
was.
Rope too, Texas.
they're all like the same gimmick.
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
a little
It's all
different.
similar with a little different
The
twist.
dog thing came last, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I know you guys ripped me for it too, but I can't wait till we get to the 2 out of 3 falls double dog collar match, best match in ECW history. Yeah, we'll
That
get to
was
We'll see.
that was the Pitbulls
Yeah.
and Stevie. And
Raven and Stevie Richards.
I like that match.
Oh,
There
I'm
was
telling you guys,
zero ripping here, unlike the cop's pants in the Scheffler case. Apparently,
the finish was
$80 to Sue Scheffler.
the finish of this match was a double pin situation where the ref counted both, and he awarded the match to the champs. I didn't really like that finish. I thought the finish kind of sucked. The brawling was, whatever, but I don't know. It was okay, I guess. And then you get the
well, it's kind of to make you think that Stevie's not going to get the 5 minutes, and then he is going to get the 5 minutes. I think is where they were going with
True.
that. But
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah. So
I
Steve,
mean, because everybody in the building's convinced that they're getting the 5 minutes. There's every single person in the building. is
Yeah, then
convinced
it's like,
of that.
oh, we're not getting it, and then yeah,
exactly.
Okay. It makes sense then, I guess. So then you do get Public Enemy and Stevie Richards. Stevie did hold them off for a little bit, but then he got just completely clobbered. You did have run-ins from Raven and the Pitbulls.
What a cluster.
Yeah, what a cluster. Then Tommy comes down again, and then he gets beaten down, and then
But they popped.
they did, and then the big
Raven comes down with what? A fan cover?
yeah, I don't know what the heck that was.
yeah, he was looking for something in the back and just
You
ripped off the
yeah.
cover.
Couldn't just find a chair?
Yeah, no, he wanted something different. I don't know. And then to make the save was, I was surprised about this. I did remember that she was in ECW, but I was surprised about this. Luna Vachon came out
With
to
the new
make
boobies.
to make the save for Tommy. And then
Luna was great.
And then Tommy pile drives Beulah for a huge pop.
Again.
Yes.
And then makes out with Luna to end the show. That was certainly not the ending of the show I was expecting, but yeah.
Shout out to whoever made the underwear that Beulah was wearing. Those were toy.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. You got a nice
Victoria's
feed there.
Catalog. Victoria's Secret Spring Catalog.
1995.
Girl got class.
I don't know about you guys. I did enjoy some of the things on the show. It wasn't the best show, but certainly check it out to
It's
watch.
not supposed to be. It's 1995 ECW.
When we were going over and we were talking about, what do you think of the show or whatever, like that was an ECW show. It's going to send you up, down, in, out, blood, guts, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko. You're going to see Raven 4 different times. You're going to see Dreamer 4 different times. You're going to see Cactus.
You're going to see me beat two of the top guys on the planet.
You're gonna see
in a half
Bruce
hour.
Lee kicks.
And then and the
broken
one
freaking neck.
and the one thing and the one thing you can always guarantee is that when people are coming out of the locker room to separate somebody, you will see Donnie Allen.
Oh, the guy with the red, white, and blue sweatpants that I wear.
You
for the
will
funk
see
angle.
Donnie Allen separate in a fight.
Yeah, he's
Yo,
the best.
shouts out to Donnie Allen, local
Donnie
legend.
Adelberg, Bruno, baby.
Local legend.
Love you.
So that was the show. Definitely check it out. Enter Sandman on the network or find it illegally so you can listen to the music.
Holla.
As always, we have our listener question segment. But before we do, I got to tell you guys, once again, get ready because the merch is coming.
Merch.
Merch. People have been asking, how can I support the show? How can I support the show? Well, you'll be able to support it when we drop our first ever merch. Okay? I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Inaugural merch.
Inaugural merch. Just letting you know, guys. Just letting you know.
Subscribe, YouTube.
Subscribe, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Hit us up. Send us your feedback. Give us your
No,
love.
we're going to be on video soon in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, couple weeks. Listener questions, as always, send them into sandmanpod@gmail.com. It is mail time. It's our favorite segment of the week. Send us in the questions. These are all shoot. We swear. Promise. Up first.
All right, Uncle Morty.
No, well, hold on.
What's his
Uncle
name?
Morty.
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Morty.
Howdy?
I like Uncle Morty better.
Yo, your new name is Uncle Morty.
Morty.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Pat writes in, what's up and hello to the legendary Hack, the best podcasting crew in all of wrestling podcasting.
Yep.
Brian Tosh, along with the killer spawns of Hack, Tyler and Oliver. So glad we get to hear these stories and that Sandman has the most entertaining and non-painfully scripted sounding podcast on the planet.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Pat. Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Pat.
that.
Can't script this shit.
You can't script this shit, and you couldn't try if you wanted to, let me tell you. My question for Hack is going back to the match where Hack and New Jack were in a six-way and took acid before hitting the ring.
Lizard.
How much? We're going to get to
I was
that
gonna
match with
say,
Sabu.
Hack didn't even know this question was coming, so that's off the cuff.
All
I
right.
know what they're talking about. They said acid. Lizard, I was doing it. It's on tape.
You were doing it.
Somebody find that and send it to us. Me on Lizard. It was in Pittsburgh at that Golden Dome.
Yes,
There should be a Just Do It Nike fucking logo for lizard.
Yeah, they'll be sponsoring us later.
How much acid did Sandman take, and could he describe us the trip to us Hack Packers? The clip of Sandman grooving out to New Jack's theme is a legit vibe I feel when I crack my first OG beer
It
tonight.
is.
You
Dude,
rule,
I'm
Hack.
a dancer, you know what I mean? I just want to feel
It's a
it.
Chippendale,
You know, in my
baby.
head.
It is the Chippendale.
You know, but the thing is, I can't say how much I took because when you're buying Rogue Acid, dude, it's not like you're going into the CVS and give me 0.05 milligrams of the best mushroom acid you got. You know what I'm saying?
Fair point.
So who knows what you're getting on the? I think they were pills then. But most of the stuff acid would back in my day, like when I was in high school, we could drop it in our eye. It was called blotter. And then they had like little pieces of paper, like imagine a stamp, and you could cut it up in 4 different directions to take it and you know go places for about 12 hours.
Go places. That's the way he puts
Yeah.
it.
All right, I have a question. I didn't even know this, but now that you said that, What made you think it was okay to drop something randomly in your eyeball?
Because everybody else was doing it.
Oh God.
Peer pressure.
Like that was just that was
Oh
just
no,
the thing,
I was
like-
all in. You guys, I'm an addict, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a straight
No, I know
addict.
that, but like, I don't know. If somebody's doing a drug and they're dropping it in their eye, I might like think twice about
Yeah.
it. Like,
I'm
Dude,
out.
it was
I like
1978 or 79 at that point. That's just what you did, dude.
Okay.
That's fucking hilarious.
Next
But
up,
I get your point, though. Yeah, let me drop this battery acid in my eye here and see if I get high.
Yeah, just a thought. I mean,
It's like,
no,
yeah.
it's a little
Well,
crazy.
no, I don't know. If I didn't see other people do it and having a great time, then probably I will. And there's no such thing as a bad trip.
Okay.
Just so you know, you can turn a bad trip around in a second.
Okay. Next
rules
up.
to live by.
Seriously.
Next up, Uncle Howard writes in.
Howard!
Howard. Hey, Oliver, Tyler, Tosh, and of course Hack. It's Uncle Howard. Hack, I actually saw you wrestle live in 2006 or 2007 for
That was a beast, wasn't
for
it?
All Pro Wrestling in beautiful San Francisco. You were in a cage match main event against some guy, and you kept yelling "shit" whenever he would hit you. Do you have any memories you can share of that night? It was a great show. Did Roland Alexander treat you good?
Was it Hack Myers when he was doing shit?
That's the kind I was thinking, but I think that was something for Kevin Sullivan and another guy out there. I don't know.
You don't.
I was
remember.
gonna say San Francisco. That's
I know,
unusual.
but I'm sure it's Kevin. Hey, what's his name again?
Uncle Howard.
Uncle.
Morty.
Yo, Howard, fucking delve into that a little bit deeper and see if Kevin Sullivan was the booker of that show or came out at the end, and then I might have something more
Well,
for
I think
you.
he said Roland Alexander, who was a California booker for.
Okay, well, we're in San Francisco. All right, Tosh, that meant nothing to me.
Well, he's
Okay.
saying Roland Alexander was the booker.
I don't know Roland Alexander.
Probably
Right?
kinda
not,
said that.
Yeah.
Probably not Kevin Sullivan is his point.
Yeah, Uncle, come up with a better question next week.
No, I thought it was a
Something I
good
have
question by Uncle.
Something I
but
have a clue to answer.
you didn't bring it. Okay, all right.
Well,
He
that's like
not knowing.
50-50.
Fuck.
Yeah. Next up, Johnny writes in. What's good?
Johnny from where?
Johnny from San Antonio.
All right,
Johnny from San Antonio writes in.
Webby.
Here we go.
I'm going
Little
down there
creepy
soon.
friend.
Okay. Yes. Listen. Get to that right here. What's good, fellas? Just finished this week's pod, and y'all had me rolling when you shouted out my boy, Lil Cream Pea.
Yay! Little cream pie.
Cream
Yeah,
pie.
he thought it was cream pie,
It's
but
cream
it,
pea.
Apparently you're
Why?
cream pie now, dude.
It's a little creepy. Send your girl home looking like a twink.
That's right. Cream pie is an ongoing gag within the vintage wrestling tea community. Just like Cream Pea, I too am from San Antonio. Hack worked his one and only Royal Rumble appearance for the WWE along with Sabu in San Antonio.
Oh, shit.
Did Hack only work San Antonio with the WWE? If so, what stories does Hack have about San Antonio and his times here? Love the laid-back shooting the shit aspect of the show. Keep up the good work. I'm a weekly listener. My son and I were in that video before Hack walked into the at WrestleMania.
Oh,
for the
yeah, the
ECW
video
arena.
that we took outside the
Wow,
arena.
that's-
He was saying
you guys
he was in the
took around
crowd.
the block?
He was in the crowd out there.
nice.
Any memories of working San Antonio ever, or no?
Well,
Oh.
the Royal Rumble, though, I think I came in, I caned two guys. I was in and out less than 10 seconds. Caned one guy, caned two guy. Booker tossed me.
Okay.
I thought I was trying to break the record of
The Bushwhacker?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Bushwhacker in one side, out the other.
And Booker, and then I go back and I'm watching the monitor and I'm just thinking out loud or talking to somebody. And Charmel's like, "No, Booker did that in like 3 seconds last year, or something like that." I was like, "Ugh."
Trying to get on video packages forever.
"Booker B, yeah, right."
Was ECW ever in Texas?
Man,
I think you guys did a couple things
I'm
in
sure
Texas.
you guys
Definitely
did.
were.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
did
you guys were
something
in Texas for sure.
Wasn't there like a sportatorium in Texas or something?
There
like
was,
that?
but I think the Sportatorium was closed by that point. I don't think you guys were running that.
WCW maybe?
But, nah, you definitely were in Texas, dude. You definitely worked Texas. Up next, Ryan.
yeah, I kicked him on Eric's ass, all of them when I was in Texas.
Yeah, take that on her.
Hey,
Yeah.
took the NWA belt.
Yeah, yeah. You and the missing link down there.
Oh my God, the link was great. I never met him, but I love the way he would just roll around, stomping like the berserker. You know what I mean? Hold the back of his head.
Yeah, missing link was
Link
great.
was great.
Yeah, great world class.
Yeah, and the
guy.
$1 Million Man, right?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah, Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. Ryan from Massillon, Ohio writes in, with your new figures coming out soon, what is your top 3 figures of yourself, action figures? Also, should WWE should sign Ty and put him in a Build-A-Figure set? There's already 2 kid Build-A-Figures with young Dom and Nicholas, son of John Cohn. Remember the referee that tagged with Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
What was his name? Like Julian?
Yeah. He tagged with Braun
That's the
Strowman
Big
at the 1
Daddy
minute.
kid, Julian, but the other kid.
So yeah, do you have any favorite action figures of yourself or?
I mean, I can't even tell one from that. I have no
the
idea
new
even how
ones-
many I have.
The new ones
honestly.
coming out look awesome. Like they're really cool.
I think the first one that WWE did is the best one.
I don't know. What does it look like?
I
What's he
think we
rocking?
got it.
We probably
got
have
it up there.
on the
Oh, they got my new action
It's
figure.
the Here, I'll go get it.
No,
We're not on video yet, so
I'd rather, just real quick, I'd rather talk about the new college football game that's coming out. Do you see those graphics?
I
just
did.
by
Yeah, it
the
looks
way.
great.
Yeah, it's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, those graphics are unbelievable.
I know. Every time Hack comes down and me and Ty are playing the game, he thinks it's like an actual like game that's going on TV.
No, like during the season or something.
No, like if
that.
we're playing like Madden or something, he's like, oh, like
Because
there's
the
a game on
graphics
now.
are so good, but I know, but this college football is definitely a generation leap.
Okay.
That's how good it is.
We were playing as Hack because the WWE pack came at the Hack pack.
Yeah, the
came
Hack
out
pack.
on WWE 2K. We were
And of
playing.
course, they put me with all the beasts.
Yeah, we were playing as him. WWE Hack comes down, and obviously we lost everything online just because he's a jobber. But
My 86 power rank.
it had nothing to do with our skill set whatsoever. But yeah, that was good. And actually, we do have a company. I'm not exactly sure the release date, but they are making a doll of me and Hack. So I do have an action figure that is coming out. Who's that?
Yeah,
Pat?
but you'd only find the contract.
That was Ryan from Massillon, Ohio.
Yeah, Ryan from
So,
Ohio.
ooh, little teaser there. Future
there'll be a
doll.
little bit of merch coming on there. So yeah, look for that coming in. I'll have to check it out when the release date is.
Cool.
I think they said later this year.
No, it'd be awesome. We'll definitely plug the shit out of that once it comes out. Up next, Blake from Kansas City writes in, hey guys, sorry about the obscure question last week. I fumbled that like Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. But
Dude, that was awesome.
Man.
Hit us again next week. I love that.
This guy, I don't even want to
Blake-
hear his fucking.
Blake,
No, I love it,
I
dude.
don't
Gotta get
even
the
wanna
question out
fucking-
there. We owe it to our fan base.
What's his previous
Hold on,
question?
hold
I don't
on.
even
Yeah,
remember.
let's go back.
He asked you last week if you remembered anything about wrestling in ECW in Kansas City. It looked like you came out of the shower to come out after Words
Oh,
with Dwayne.
yeah.
No wonder
You
it was
remember
such
it.
a shit
And
town.
we gave him
fucking
shit.
Kansas
So
City.
hold on.
Fuck all
I'm
you.
going to finish this question because I give respect to everyone. Gets some respect on this forum. If you write us in, we'll get you in as long as it's a good
that's great.
question. I fumbled that like Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl, but I'm glad Hack was able to pick it up like Nick Bolton and still deliver an entertaining answer. Man, I really hate this guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully this question is better. If ECW had stayed open after WCW had closed down, excluding the megastars like Hogan, who is a WCW guy you would have liked to see make their way to ECW? My pick would be Scott Steiner, but I'd love to hear who Hack and the Hackettes come up with and why.
Scott Hall.
Wow, Scott Hall. He was already there though in 2000. He did
Well,
a little
yeah,
couple
well,
shots.
that's right.
this guy.
Dude, Scott Hall was just one of the boys. He was just one of the boys.
Okay, so you say Scott Hall.
Yeah, easily.
Anybody for you guys for picks for
I'm trying to
WCW?
think.
No, fuck this guy with the hack with the Hackettes. You fucking
Honestly,
pussy.
Booker T.
Okay, yeah.
I would have liked to see Booker.
Booker at ECW would have been
Oh,
awesome.
he would have fit. Yeah, he would have fit in great.
I'm trying to think of a name here from WCW that would. You know what?
I would have said Scott Hall, but Hack took that. So
Okay,
Booker
I'm
T.
going to go a weird choice here. Paul was always really good with guys who had some mic work, and I'm going to go with
Chavo Guerrero.
No, Chavo would have been good, but I'm going to go with above average Mike Sanders. If you guys remember Mike Sanders,
I have no idea.
Mike Sanders was a guy like in the
Was he
dying.
Colonel Sanders tag team boy?
No, above average Mike Sanders was a pretty good
Figured
promo
they'd do
guy.
good.
No, he was a pretty
Lee
good.
Majors and the Colonel used to be tag partners.
No, above average Mike Sanders. I think.
Above average.
That's was his name.
Did he go like this to slap himself on the
He
back?
didn't Barry Horowitz himself, but I think his finisher was the 2.0 or 3.0, something like that. He was a pretty good, decent little worker, and he was a good promo guy.
No, then you don't have a finisher.
Well, no, he was.
If you're a good little worker,
He
you
was.
don't have a finisher.
He was
because you lose.
he was good. I think Paul would have got something
Boo!
good for him.
Somebody please tell us next week how bad this dude really was.
I'll show you some Mike Sanders. He wasn't that bad. Ty, anybody else come to mind for WCW or for you?
I have no answer for this.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
He did end it. He did end it with "Love the pod, just busting balls with the Eagles stuff. Please don't give me Kane of the week, Blake and KC." He's a listener.
Listen. I respect it, Blake, because we are shit talkers ourselves.
Yeah.
But I
Not me.
cannot give you an answer this week.
Okay.
You're on a 1 week probation.
Wow.
Sorry.
Abstaining from an
Wow.
answer. I love it. All right. Nick. I'm sorry. Question from Andy Lawler in Birmingham, Alabama.
All right. Hey, you got
Alabama.
any relatives
Roll
down there named Jerry?
Or is it War Eagle? I don't know.
Don't give
gotta
a
let us
piss
know.
about nothing but the tag.
That's right. Roll Tide Willie.
Dude, I'm a huge Alabama's my favorite team.
Yeah, okay. What was it like working for Rob Black in XPW? Any good stories?
Hookers?
Dude, it was
Yes.
the place that wherever the building that we were running that he always ran. There was all these locker rooms. Like it might have been like a 10,000 seat building or a 7,000 seat building. So man, same building where New Jack.
Grimes?
Yeah, that was the same building.
Oh, so it's at the LA Coliseum or
Okay,
a
yeah.
memorial?
So how
or
big's that? Well, whatever. But the best thing about him was that he would have all these strippers around or hookers or whatever they are. And the one time I got to be with Janet Jameson maybe, or who was big back then?
Janet Jameson was there? I mean, I don't know.
In my locker room.
Okay. I don't
Because they didn't have anybody else. And she's like, can I like dress in here? I'm like, yeah, okay.
know. He didn't turn.
And then a couple other people came in too, you know what I mean, later on.
Block
So
you.
that was the best part about working with XPW. I can't knock that.
Not
You know what I mean?
Pogo the Clown?
Yeah.
How many shovel?
I'm pretty sure I did
Or
a
white
spot.
trash,
I'm pretty sure I did a
Johnny
spot with Pogo the Clown. Did we not do a spot with Pogo the Clown in the arena?
I think he
With
did.
I think
Well,
you might have.
Yeah, me and
some-
Kelly or something.
Yeah, you did.
I think I fucked him up.
I think you did work with him too when they came here.
That's
to
got to be on
Philadelphia.
Feinstein video
We'll
somewhere.
have to take a look.
Oh,
somewhere.
and the other time, Asbury Park, what's her name, was shared the locker room with me. Meanie married her, maybe.
Jasmine St.
Was she
Clair.
the one that was there on
Jasmine St.
on
Clair?
that pay-per-view there?
I think you're talking about her.
All right.
Jasmine.
I don't
yeah,
know.
She was part of XPW.
Okay.
But-
Cool. Next up, Nick the Swede from Scandinavia.
Yes!
Hell
Sweet.
yeah.
Yo, how's the Aurora Borealis looking tonight, Nick?
Okay. Hi, Brian, Tyler, Oliver, and of course, Hack. First off, thanks for an amazing podcast. You guys are great. Keep up the great work.
Love
Thank you
it.
for listening.
Thank you, man. Just wanted to know, what are some of your favorite wrestling moves, maneuvers? If there are any moves you guys love seeing in matches, for me, I always like the DDT, and I love the way it was used as a finisher in ECW. Do you guys have any opinions on which wrestling moves should stay protected as finishing moves? Also, is there any way for us fans we can donate to the show? As always,
No.
thanks for an amazing podcast. Nick, just buy
not a GoFundMe.
Buy the shirt when it comes out, man. That's how you can support the show, dude. And we'll let you know for any
Yeah,
other
keep
things.
listening.
Yeah.
Spread the word. That's
Yeah.
all.
The goddamn super kick should have been protected.
Oh, okay.
If I'm Shawn Michaels, I'd be fucking pissed if I were him nowadays.
Can't argue with that.
Vince for nobody could pile drive, right? For Vince for years.
Well, he did that for protection of the workers' health. I don't think it was a protecting
yeah,
the
okay.
finish.
Vince cared about anybody's workers' health. Seriously?
Well, I don't know. They banned the pile driver for a
It's just,
reason.
like the super kick just used to like when Shawn Michaels, when he was lining coming up for the Sweet Chin Music, you knew the finish was coming, and that
Yeah.
was the end of the match.
Now
You
it's the
didn't
opening
see it.
spot.
It's just like
Yeah,
I mean, then you're straight kicking some
That's
dude
the
in the fucking head.
That's the move, though. I think I was right.
I feel like power bombs are that way too now in a way. A lot of times guys kick out of power bombs like they're nothing. Like it's just, you know.
Everybody kicks out of everything.
Yeah, it's
I
just-
was
it's
just
a
gonna
different
say,
business,
It's
so-
hard. It's so hard to. I mean, it's so hard to protect anything right now, Oliver. That's a great. It's a great one with the super kick.
That has to be number one. Once he said it,
that or like the stunner or the RKO or the
That's overdone.
Or the cutter or whatever the fuck they call it now. Like
I would say, as far as things that I wish were finishers, anything can be a finish as long as it's protected and put over. I don't care what it is.
You can't protect anything because there's people in other businesses that are on TV that do 8 million more spots.
Yeah.
And as far as like a favorite move, I've always had a sweet spot for the Hunican Rana or the Coochie Con Rana or the Hurricane Rana that whoever wants to say. But I've always had a sweet spot. That was one of my favorite.
My favorite move, I think, is like an awesome bomb, power bomb.
Okay.
Like a razor's edge kind of power bomb. I love it when the guy just chucks the dude. I think it looks like great, and I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Anybody hack? You got a move that you
I like the eye poke.
I knew he was going something.
I did too. I was
He
waiting for
hit
it.
my move.
Or like
Yeah.
the drop toe.
Yeah, the drop toe hold.
I'm going for the eye poke. Because Ollie got the super kick is so overused. It's ridiculous.
Well, no, they were talking. He was asking us one move that should be protected and one move. No, but we were saying the one move that's like your favorite or like you like seeing.
Yeah. I like seeing a combination of boom, 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 bam.
One of my favorite moves that I actually I haven't seen anybody do it besides Scorp is the backflip leg drop.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Because Will Ospreay could probably do it.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people that could do it, I think, but you just don't see it.
The accuracy.
I bet you Vikingo could do it,
But
I bet there's 20 guys
Yeah.
and 10 girls that could do it.
Yeah, I bet you.
And
move's
Scorp would
insane.
nail you like right on the front, dude.
It doesn't matter how close you were, how far you were, whatever move he was doing, he never missed it. It was an exact.
Yeah, it was
Right, and never killed you with it either. Like nailed you.
And he was a solid 250.
That was in
260
1993. He was doing that too.
Yeah,
And we're here in 2024.
And I think that could be a good finisher for somebody too.
absolutely.
Like talking about.
No.
No, that's a great finisher.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who
Great
can do
question, Nick. Definitely write us again, man, and definitely keep listening to the show.
Nick, Aurora,
Yeah,
Borealis.
Joe from Havertown, Haverclown, writes in.
All right, Joey.
Hello, Hack and the gang. Love the podcast, and I've been listening every week. I have two questions for Hack. I've seen Hack wear a Green Bay Packers hat in a few of his interviews. Is Hack a Packers fan,
Stolen.
or is there a story behind the hat? Hoping to hear Hack is a fellow Havertown cheesehead like myself. Okay.
I was a huge Packer fan until I saw Rich and Shameless last night about Brett Favre.
I gotta ask you, Hack. I recently heard Tommy Dreamer tell a story about you taking a tour of Lambeau Field.
Nice.
And then
I think that.
He told it on Busted Open.
No,
Okay.
there was another one like that leather helmet that I think I bought.
So, do you remember that story too?
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right, so we're literally less than let's say a quarter mile, 250 yards from Lambeau Field in the building that we're working at, and you had to be there so early, or I'm not even sure if it was TV that day. We were just early. So I'm like, I got to do something, you know what I mean? So got high and then I walked over and I just thought that I was going to be, I didn't know what to expect when I walked over there, you know what I'm saying? But I was just going over there to see, because it's Lambeau Field. So I go in through the front doors, and there's all kinds of displays, glass, stuff behind everything. And I found out a tour was starting, so I paid for the tour. They took us back through the locker rooms. They took us to whatever the tour was. But when the tour ended, you come out through the tunnel that the Packers actually come out through. But then you got to stand there, and they don't let you on the field. And I'm like, are you seriously, dude? I just spent like 45 minutes through this freaking tour, and I'm not getting on the field? I'm like, you're beat. So I ran out on the field. The guy was chasing me. It was hilarious. I think I actually, there might have been I might have had a cell phone with me that.
So you were a streaker? There's got to be some sort of video footage.
No, dude, I
You
ran
were a
out on the
streaker.
center and I had to stand in the center. I just had to do it.
Sorrel Owens at Dallas Stadium.
No, but it was an old dude, so he knew I could outrun him. So it wasn't like he was chasing. And then I knew to get my ass out of there too after that.
So you booked it out of there, and you go back to the arena, and you're hiding out in the arena all night.
Hiding out.
That's what Tommy
Hiding
said.
out,
Tommy
dude.
said you were hiding.
I
The
didn't
police.
just pull a bank robbery.
Tommy said the police were looking for you, and you were hiding. You were hiding all night.
All right, that's a possibility. Yeah, that's probably.
This is the way
See, I
Tommy
forget.
told the story.
All right,
Even
well, I like
Dreamer's
his
hat
version.
checking you.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Dude, Lambeau's in the middle of like a neighborhood. Like they got police out there.
Yeah.
Like that's something big.
So apparently Hack was hiding out in the locker room. He was hidden in the building all night. And then when his music hit, he came out, he did his spot really quick, and he left really quick. But that's Hack visiting the Packers.
The
so.
Lambeau Field police
Couldn't
was in the.
believe they
in the
wouldn't let me
stands.
out on the grass. I'm like, how big of a problem could it? I had like 10 other people in the group. You couldn't let us on the grass, seriously?
Yeah, okay. That was a great question.
Sacred ground, dude.
Joe also asked, if ECW were to come back today, who from the WWE roster do you think would be a good fit? I'm thinking Ricochet, Kevin Owens, and Trick Williams, to name a few. Man, those are all
I
great.
was gonna say Owens.
I was going to say Trick Williams.
Those are all
there.
great choices,
Swerve.
man.
Yeah,
I mean, those
Ricochet's 100% would have been in there.
Yeah, I mean, I try to
They
think.
just use him as a jobber now, though, don't they?
I know it sucked, and he would have been
Yeah.
fucking, and he would have been
He's
great.
a great
man.
worker.
He's
He
amazing.
really is,
So-
but they just use him as an enhancement.
He's one of
character
their. He's one of their best
Originals,
workers.
right?
Well, he's one of their best workers.
Nah, he's from. He wrestled a lot of indies in New Japan and stuff before, but
Yeah, he was at House of Hardcore. Tommy had him at a bunch of his shows at the arena and stuff like
Yeah,
that. I
probably
remember seeing
Kingdom.
him. Like,
he's a great wrestler.
yeah. Anybody else from WWE? I mean,
Bray Wyatt and Paul Heyman could have did some serious stuff together.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Up next, Drummy from
Drummy!
Bryan Street Tavern.
How high's your tab, Drummy?
Dude, Drummy, man. Yeah.
He better tell us this
Yeah,
one.
you better tell us your tab, dude. Hey, Sandy, how's it going? What's your typical fresh hogue order if you roll up to a Wawa? I prefer a nice Italian in the summer or hot turkey in the winter. Which snacks would you get with your hogue? Anything, Hack?
I would never eat at Wawa.
Wow, he's caning Wawa. No to Wawa.
fucking
that's
lying
just me.
fuck.
Yeah.
You fucking lying fuck.
They'll always no. I will get it'll be a meatball, and I haven't had one of them in probably 2 years. But I will get oatmeal before we go, like Sunday mornings before we play softball.
Okay. All right, so that's your Wawa.
Or a tuna fish fucking hoagie. I've seen you got one of those.
tuna
You
fish is
fucking lying
horrifying.
fuck.
You've never seen me come into this house with a tuna fish.
you eat it in the
hoagie.
car?
You're a fucking
Shit in the car and throwing it out
fucking
of the
snacking in the car like these guys are gonna give you
Like,
shit.
never ate that in the last 30 years.
You fucking
Just like Burger
lying
King,
fuck.
McDonald's.
All right.
You're losers.
Great question, Drummy. He also asked, which current wrestler in WWE reminds you most of yourself?
What's his name? Oh, but he's not in WWE, is
Well,
he?
go say it. Just do it.
You know, the dude that
Moxley?
comes out. Yeah.
Moxley. Okay,
Yeah.
so Moxley's who in
Easily.
the current business reminds you most of yourself. Yeah.
And I think I was his favorite wrestler when he was growing up.
Oh, okay. No shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what he said in his book.
I believe it, man.
He said he
Great.
dressed up as the Sandman one year for
Fuck
Halloween.
yeah.
And if there's
Okay.
any other books that somebody says that I'm not their favorite wrestler, then it's a fake. Just so
Okay.
you know. AI can
It's a
do shit right now.
Fugazi.
That's
Yeah,
Fugazi.
you know.
Up next, as always, Kevin from Dayton, Ohio. Kevin. Kevin writes in, Hack, I recently saw that it was Andre the Giant's birthday and saw a match that he had with Hulk Hogan at the Spectrum in 1981. Were you ever able to watch Andre in Philadelphia? I know that you went to a lot of these shows growing up. Any memories of watching Andre work?
Me, my buddy Ruben, that you've heard me talk about, we were down there. It was Andre the Giant versus Big John Studd. Now, what I found out later, like years later, this is like maybe less than 10 years ago, that Andre used to screw with Big John Studd in matches because he didn't like Studd. Because Studd would bully other guys, and he couldn't bully Andre, you know what I mean? But it was a steel cage match between those two, and me and Ruben, we're smoking a bong on the way down there. We're drinking beers because Ruben always had this he had like a flute case that somebody left by the wherever you played at the auditorium. We were leaving football practice. We were leaving the auditorium. Somebody left their flute case there.
Because we're in bank.
Ruben grabbed it and then he carved out the inside to hold a bong in there. So Ruben would have his own bong. He had his own water. He would have like an 8-ounce thing of water and everything. Ruben was all over it. His bong had to be clean every time. You couldn't use it twice in a row. So we're down there, and we're buzzing pretty good. And there's like nobody carrying these pieces of cage to the ring. So I'm like, Rubes, I'm getting in the back of this line, and I'm going to start carrying a piece of cage. So grab a piece of cage, walk up, hand it to the dudes. And this is the second time I've been thrown out by Gorilla Monsoon. I think the second. Yeah, it was probably the second time. So right after that, I wanted to jump onto the ring because you got to understand, I'm a young kid here. I'm like still a half-assed believer in wrestling.
And you're carrying out the cage to the cage match, is what you're saying.
Because it was all pieces in. It wasn't like lowered from the ceiling.
Right. I'm putting it in perspective for the people listening.
And it came in like 16 pieces. You know what I mean? 4 pieces. No, more like that. More like 32 pieces. So I dive onto the ring, and there's this big spring under the center of the ring, and it felt like I was under there for like an hour and a half. And then boom, I get grabbed by my ankle, and next thing you know, I'm getting pulled out from under the apron of the ring. And Gorilla Monsoon looks at me. He's like, "Hack, seriously, get the hell out of here!" And he walks me back down the aisle that the wrestlers leave the Spectrum through. And when I get to the end of it, Hulk Hogan's standing right there. Hulk Hogan was standing there with a reporter or something like that, which I thought was the coolest thing. And then before the door that they could throw me out, they walked me about 30 yards, and Jimmy Hart was sitting there all alone, like just looking like tired from being on the road.
It's incredible. Getting kicked out of the Spectrum by Gorilla Monsoon because you're such a mark.
That was the second or third time. He kicked me out before because I smacked Superfly Snooker on the back so hard.
Wow. Oh, man, that's a great question, Kevin. Thanks for writing us in every week, man. As always, send those questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. Next week, we will be reviewing both the King and Queen of the Ring as well as Double or Nothing, and we will be reviewing both those shows. So find us on Twitter at SandmanPod and The Sandman Podcast on Instagram. Like, share, review, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell your boys.
Keep those questions coming, boys.
Keep the questions
please.
coming.
I want to hear from Denmark. I want somebody from Uganda to give me a question. Yeah.
How can we get in touch with the Uganda? Where are they wrestling?
I don't know. We'll talk to Kamala next week.
That's where I was going.
Okay. So we will talk to you guys next week. But before we do, as always, Hack, the Cane of the Week, and the Toast of the Week.
All right, dude, I'm so elated after watching me work with a broken neck that I can't actually think about a negative. But for me to be such a beast, to go out there with a broken neck.
There we go.
Never going to a doctor. Hitting slingshot leg drop, slingshot kicks to the face, slingshot this, slingshot that. I'm just a beast. I gotta put myself over for just performing for this week.
So you're the Toast of the Week?
Yeah.
Okay, and no Cane of the Week because you're happy.
Because I'm so over. I can't see. I don't understand how you guys don't get it. You can sit there and say, "How did you go through that match with a broken neck? How did you do that?" But how can I not put myself over for that?
Nope, I agree with you. How can you not? So great
Yeah,
Toast of the
I
Week.
hates it.
Cane of the Week goes to Blake. Fuck off, Kansas
fuck
City.
you, Blake. Piece of shit. You are banned from listening to this show.
Yeah, we're coming back for that.
Yeah, we're coming back for that, Blake. Mahomes looking all flabby and shit this year. We seen him.
And I have problems with Tyler, aren't they?
Swifty's gonna be crying.
Yeah, we seen him. All right, guys, check us out next week.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been